welcome to Gamersledge. I'm one of your players for the evening, Mark, and we are starting Rifts Ukraine, Freedom for the Borderland, Episode 20, Somewhere Else. And with that, I will turn it over to our DM, John.
Hey everybody, how are you this evening? Yeah, we're somewhere else. Where could we possibly be? It's a good question. I'd like to say hello to Chris,
Hey everyone.
and
Glad
our
to be back.
thoughts are with Daniel. He's taking care of some real life stuff, which is, we all know, more important than gaming anytime.
Hey, I'm
Um,
Z-Teach. I'm gonna cast a spell.
That's it. That's all I got.
So yeah. With that being said, what the heck? You guys are on a hill, and you Chris is caught back up with us.
Yep.
And I actually need to ask before we start into the game stuff. Did you find what you were looking for?
No,
I am
unfortunately.
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's a shame. Because we really liked how that opal looked, and it's hard to find another one. But
So you still haven't found what you're looking for?
no, we still haven't found. Oh, haha.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah,
Was
but-
that an heirloom or something you bought?
It was something I bought. But
Well, I mean, it sucks, but it doesn't. You
No,
didn't
yeah.
lose Grandma's ring. Sucks.
Yeah.
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 Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you find it or replace it or whatever.
I think it's already been replaced, right?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're beginning the quest again for finding another one we like.
Perfect. Awesome.
Okay. So when you mentioned the jeweler, he's willing to replace it,
Yes,
but hasn't
he's-
done so yet.
He's brought in a bunch that he just got into the shop today. I'm gonna go over Thursday and look at them and see if I want to use one of those or what.
Yeah. Can he put the new one on a little tighter?
That'd be nice.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So,
'Cause that shouldn't have happened.
yeah, that's
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail, but I didn't hear the result of that, so I was thinking
No,
good
yeah.
thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, you beckoned us to chase after Orloff, and we followed you because we didn't want you to be alone. And now you're responsible for us being on this frozen hell, where we don't know any of the language, we have no currency, and we're the only humans. We're probably going to get et, as a friend of mine used to say, from the Ozarks.
you know where my family's from, Mark. I was like, oh, I recognize this language.
We're going to get put in the back of a pick-em-up truck and et.
Yep.
You're making me homesick. Not really.
Not really, no. That's not the way it works. For anybody that lives there, it's not the way it works.
No. But it is striking some kind of familiar chord. So.
So yes, last I think we left off, we were planning on heading down to the city, walking down the snowy slopes.
So.
Okay.
Z-Teach is not moving. He's got his head cocked to kind of one side and a curious look in his eye. And he's kind of looking around and that's what he says. That's interesting.
What is Z-Teach?
Huh?
What is?
Well, I don't think this is Kansas.
No, that was a joke. I saw it in a movie once.
Oh. Because
Do you even know what Kansas is?
I'm not sure. No.
Yeah. I, I did explain it to him last time, but I explained it when we first came through the portal to him, but the reference was lost on him then, so I think he forgot again he just got distracted. Yeah.
Does Kansas even exist anymore, even in the American realms?
It's the land mass is there.
Yeah, but like, is it?
Something called Kansas? I don't think so. I'd have to look. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
It's part of the coalition. Kansas is either part of the coalition states or right on the edge. I'd have to look at a map. I've not really kind of studied up on my
Yeah,
on my
Kansas might be long gone for most people in the world.
yeah.
Well, yeah, he saw a movie. He saw a movie once that talked about a Kansas.
Man. Yeah, that'll work.
And point of reference, John. While you're out of pause, your cyberpunk, you're like, I'm going to change my cyberpunk thing, and so I was fixated on the fact that you still had a cyberpunk background, and so when I went to transition from the player view to the map view, so people could see the picture nice and clear, I totally jumped into the cyberpunk map view, which of course nothing came up because we don't have that game open right now.
That's funny. This button, and this button, and this button, and yeah, I'm sorry, I was busy.
No, it's fine.
It was taking me a while to find something that I thought was remotely, and why isn't it here? The heck? Over? Well, there you go. We'll go with that. So ZT was talking, and he says, yeah, sorry, I'm distracted. Why did this not save? Oh, that's why it didn't save. All right. He said, yeah, I think I've been here.
Really?
Yeah, I've been here a number of times.
Is this
There
a
used to
city
be a-
on your realm?
Huh?
Is this a city on your realm?
It's an island.
Where you're from?
No. Well, not where I'm from, but I've been here. I mean, from Earth. This is Earth.
Right, but this is your Earth?
No. Well, no. No, my Earth has people. Not those things are.
This is our Earth, then?
Maybe.
I don't think it's our Earth.
This is Atlantis.
I didn't know you've been to Atlantis.
Well, yeah. They have a great magic university there.
Great. So does that mean that you can talk with the people?
Well, the people, but I don't think we were seeing people.
So you're saying this is Atlantis on another Earth?
I'm saying it's Atlantis, not on my Earth.
Right, understood. I don't think it's Atlantis on our Earth either, because we don't have people or that many things that look like that.
I don't know. You got a lot of weird things on your Earth, so who knows?
True. Well, let's go find out.
What if they don't like people?
Then you're getting it.
No, don't like that idea.
Yeah. No, I'm sure let's surveil the situation and see what we can see. See what we can find out.
Where is my...
Do I just not have bennies?
Can I roll for common knowledge to, see if I would know that Atlantis has a diverse population like this?
You rolled amazingly well. Um, uh, let's see. I think we decided last time you rolled, when you saw the Splugorth, that Svarog had told you
My
about
my father traveled a lot as a
your,
warrior, and he's been all over like the world.
and he had
That
told you about the
yeah, the
Splugorth.
Splinter. That was the trappings for that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, added to that, um, is that Daddy told you the Splugorth chased everybody out of Atlantis and are running things there, and that
Hmm.
it's a city full of monsters.
Okay.
Did your father ever tell you what happens to humans that go into the city now?
Well, if he's been there and seen it, that doesn't answer any questions. 'Cause
Well, we know there's at least one other
even if they
human.
did attack, he could have fought them off.
Right. But I mean, we know there's at least one other human in the city. And I point to the leg that's in the snow over there.
If you can count him human anymore.
Well, right.
Um, let me.
In fact, I'm going to pick up the leg and
Okay.
take it with us. So nothing else, we might be able to melt down the metal for trade.
I know somebody might be interested in that.
There's one person who's probably interested in it. That's why I'm leaning towards melting it down for trade.
Well, if you want me to melt something down, I can do it.
Out of character, I like the idea of selling it and then having to make the NPC bad guy, big bad guy, go through a series of quests to retrieve his own leg.
Going up to Boston. Was there anybody that got that?
No.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you
Did I
just
finally
shouted.
come up with? Did I finally come up with a song reference that Mark doesn't get?
Going up to Boston.
Yeah.
Oh,
Find
Dropkick
my
Murphys.
leg.
Dropkick Murphys. Nope, never listened to them.
It's modern rock and roll-ish Irish music.
Right.
And it's also the theme music to Rizzolian Isles.
Which I have also never seen.
Yeah, but I'm going up to Boston to find my leg.
All right then.
Okay.
If
Sorry.
Boston is Atlantis, then that works.
I know, right? All right. So, forgive me. I'm currently looking for Zetech's spells because last week he says, "Oh, I have a spell I can use." Let me look at his character sheet. That might be a shortcut.
Yeah. Maybe.
He said he had a spell that he might be able to use to track. And I was going to talk to him about that and see what he came up with because I didn't know there was a spell like that. But he knows the spells better than I do, so.
I don't think it's on his. Oh, well, maybe it is.
If I remember from the book, tracking is a part of the survival skill set.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Personally, I would count that as tracking in
Oh,
the woods.
no,
Tracking in the city.
I think he was talking about boost lower traits. I'm double checking the rest of his stuff. I'm thinking that's
Where
what
are
it
you
was.
seeing this?
If you go in his character sheet and you go on
Yeah.
the page with all the stats, which is the character sheet tab,
Right?
scroll down past the guns and stuff, and he's got power. The page called powers, and there's bolt, deflection, entangle, healing, protection, invisibility, and then
That's all. I don't see anything there. It's all blank for me.
Huh. That's very strange. You're the DM. You should be able to see all of it.
You would think so. Yeah, that's. I look there and it says 15 of 15 power points. Power. Well, it says power 1.
Yeah, one
Yeah,
of
and then
30.
one of. Yeah, no, it's all blank for me.
Yeah, that's weird. No, he's got one called. I'm trying to find it again. He has a lot of them. It's called Boost Lower Trait, and it's on page 156. This power allows a character to increase or decrease a target's trait, attribute, or skill. So I think he's probably talking about boosting our ability to track.
Maybe. Here we go. There we go. Um. All right, I found the master list of spells.
Yeah, tracking is now a part of survival, it says.
Tangibility, mind wipe. Object, light, darkness, mind. Resurrection, relief, shape, slumber. Zombie. Yeah, it must be that because I don't see anything else that would remotely.
No.
So 156. Let me look at that. Yeah, okay. So I can make you better at tracking, but I don't know if it'll help because we saw them fly off through the air.
Right.
So there's not a trail to track.
Correct.
I'm still thinking about it. Let me see if there's some way I have to detect him. So yeah, do you mind carrying the leg in case it helps me find him?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can hold on to it.
His Z-Teach is always willing to grab a hold of any chunk of metal.
Yep. We wake up tomorrow morning and he's used it to make food.
Dinnerware or something. Oh, okay. All right. I'm really trying to stretch the thing here to. All right, so I'm at S. Let me go through one more time. Zombie. All right. Yeah, I don't see anything. Okay, so yeah, you walk over, you pick up the leg, you're handing it to Sveta.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
I pick up the leg and then I hold the leg out to her and I say, "Can you give me a hand?" As I point the leg at you.
Take the leg and sling it over my shoulder as if I have a second hammer now.
All right. So, I don't know how much either of you have done any mountain climbing, but you guys are kind of at the top. And one of the things is, you really notice it probably more when you're going up. Like you think you're about to hit the top, and I'm talking about mountains that don't have trees, because that completely changes what I'm saying. But you see what looks like the top, and you get to that point, and then it kind of curves over and comes back up, and you realize, oh, I'm not at the top.
Right.
But there's a little bit of that going down a mountain too. And so as you go down, there's kind of a natural trail that kind of turns off towards your left. And so now you're kind of between two walls of stone, and it's probably 30 yards wide or so. But you're now parallel to the mountain, walking down.
That's fine.
And you see there are different outcrops and different things like that. And let me do this. Let me do this. Not for any particular reason, but I'm assuming you want the king, not the jack.
I want the king, not the jack.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys are walking down, and everybody make a notice roll.
Uh-oh. Man, saved by that wild die.
You're rolling really well today. Game Master's curse.
Ha!
Wow, he did even better.
Well, I'm not in my natural element, so I don't need to look at my shoes.
So
Wait.
Wait.
We need a 32. I don't know if that's what happened or not. But somebody needed to roll for Z-Teach.
Oh, yeah. So all three of you kind of hear something soft, and you're pretty sure, all of you, you're near certain you see in a what might be a cave or cutout in this, to the ahead of you and to the left, you think you see some people there. And they look like they're ready. They don't look like they're attacking, but they look like they're ready for action.
I'll wave a hand at them.
You've just insulted all of their families.
Probably. But, if they're not responding, then I'll wave
Yeah,
a little
you
hard.
see this picture that I'm about to show you that now suddenly I can't find.
Good story.
I know, it's great. Oh, there it is. Okay. For some reason, I had it like 3 rows down. Oh, I should click on it too. I see it.
I just want to say, me friend. Oh.
So you see 7 people.
Legends. Are these drawings from the book?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, riffs can, and stress can, have really good artwork at times.
Yeah,
It
this seems
ranges
drastically
from-
better than the others.
Yeah.
It ranges from, drawn with a crayon to this. There's some. What attracted me to Riffs first was the artwork, and yeah, it's funny. It's
What attracted me to riffs first was my friend had a duffel bag with 40 books in it.
Yeah. I have a shelf with 40 books on it.
Yeah, I know.
Was that a friend John?
No, surprisingly. I'm still waving. Any response?
This guy
Yeah.
steps out a little bit, cautiously, and he says, Um, let me look up something real quick.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. And what does he say? I'm hopeful. I'm hoping it's one of the 7 languages I know.
So he says something in a language you don't recognize.
Oh, damn it!
And let me check something.
Where's a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy Babel fish when you need one?
I know, I'm just saying. And Z-Teach answers him in the same language.
Oh,
Denparazi, Pericolo.
Oh, well, that's handy. Uh, can you tell them we come in peace? We're not here to fight.
And by the way, the only 2 words I know in this particular language are Denparazi and Pericolo.
Yeah, but you
And-
better say it each time.
and Denparazi is one is forget about it, and the other one is I don't remember. Anyway, they're weird things to remember. And but they have a short conversation, and soon all 7 walk out, and he looks at you and he says, "Your friend says you're Ukrainian." He says in Ukrainian.
Indeed, I am. And
Uthar.
I'm very glad that you speak a common language. We unfortunately find ourselves far from home, and we believe this is Atlantis, but I'm not sure. Which Atlantis on which Earth? Or not on Earth? I don't know. We don't know. We're lost.
This is Atlantis on Earth.
Well, good.
It used to be our home. Still until Splinkrith took it away from us.
I'm imagining that's the Splugorth that we saw speaking with the warlord in Ukraine.
Possibly. If so, nothing good would come with that. He sells armor and technology and influence, and never for good reasons. It's always to spread his own sphere of influence.
Yes, we managed to drive the warlord out, and I'll point to the leg on Sveta's shoulder. We got part of him, but the rest of him flee into the city.
We've come to get the rest of them.
Well, it's daylight. It's not safe out. You should follow us.
Sure. What can you tell us about the city? We don't know how it works, or are there people there, or people outlawed, or how does that work exactly?
People? You mean humans?
Yes.
There are occasional humans. They're not exactly outlawed, but you're food for a lot of things there.
I look intently at Z-Teach at that moment. And I mouth, "Et."
Well, I don't think I would taste good.
I
Z-Teach
think I would be
says.
rather crunchy.
With a side of dreamy.
He says, the guy you were talking to, he says, I want to introduce myself. I am Lycurgos.
Thank you for reminding me I need to open my notes. Tuesday night. Word. Tuesday night. Game notes. Can you say that one more time?
I am Lycurgos. Look in chat.
Yeah, I see that. Got it. Thank you.
And then he points at this guy. And he says, this is Amon. He points at this guy.
Yep.
Says Spiro.
Hello.
Points at the girl with the wolf, and yes, she has a wolf. This is Narkisa.
Nice wolves.
Points to the girl with the spear and says, Alkmin. Points to the girl in front of the statue. He says, this is Callistratus.
Hello.
And then he points to the girl that looks like she's cold and says, this is Euthimios.
Pleasure to meet you all. I am Orist, and this is Sveta, and
Pleasure to meet you.
and you have already been speaking with Z-Teach.
So we should go.
Please lead on. We will follow.
So he leads into the cave, and not too far into the cave, you kind of go through a area that's a little short. They're all mostly your size. Lycurgos is probably the biggest, buffiest of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's this guy?
Yeah, that's that guy. So he leads. There's a point where you have to duck, and Sveta really has to duck. And he leads into a area, and finally you're kind of in this hallway, and it looks like you're inside a kind of fancy Greek building. And so it's cut stone walls, and you see some columns here and there. And he leads you, and he leads you through an area past. There's some doorways, and you see various rooms, and possibly one has a kitchen. And
so this is a real question. I know you said a Greek-looking thing to tell us, the players, but would we recognize that type of architecture as well in character, or just have no idea? Obviously notice the stylization, or would we be familiar with Greek architecture?
Z-Teach, he's been here, so yes. Sveta, I'm thinking no.
I don't think so.
No, and you have. I'll say this: from Japan, no. From the Cossacks, no. And maybe probably not. But
That's
if you want a 1 in a million chance, and I'll let you decide whether you succeed, then you can know, but maybe you saw a picture book when you were a kid or something. I mean, there's a potential for that,
Sure.
but it's unlikely. So I'll let you decide whether you've seen it or not.
So let's do this. Roll 1d10. If it's greater than 5, then I will roll a common knowledge roll to see if I've ever seen anything like it. It's 5, so we'll do that. And then this will determine whether or not. No, I have never seen anything about this. So
Okay.
yeah, that's
So
just wanted to kind of clarify. And I'm sorry about the names. Can we go through them one more time? I've got this guy is Amon, right?
yes,
Okay. And
this is Spiro.
Yep, the guy underneath him is Spiro. It's the ladies I need.
Okay, so the lady with the wolves, and they're spelled in the chat.
Yeah, I have all of those down. I'm putting
Okay.
pictures to the names now.
Yeah, I probably should have added names to the pictures.
It's
The
fine.
lady with the wolf is Narcissa.
Okay, great. Narcissa.
Lady with the spear is Alcmene,
Narcissa.
which somebody who speaks Greek probably is shuddering that I'm pronouncing it that way. But I did own up to the hillbilly earlier in the broadcast.
So
The lady leaning against the statue with the cougar, and yes, she has a cougar.
Oh, I didn't even notice the cougar.
That's Callistratus.
Okay.
And then the lady that looks like she is cold is Euphemios.
Okay. I think I have everyone now. And new. Cold. Actually, I need to scroll up or down. That's good. New snip for her. Copy. Got it. Thank you.
So while you're walking, Z-Teach leans over to you and says, "Their tattoos are really cool."
Yeah, indeed. I can't
I see
tell-
you all have tattoos of suns. Are you followers of Svarog?
They just kind of look at you like,
Like what?
"What are you talking about?"
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it common for everyone to have tattoos like you have here?
They just kind of look at you and shake their heads and keep walking. Don't talk to them about the tattoos, Z-Teach says to you.
Oh, okay. Why not?
But they're really cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but why not? Is it a...
They're not tattoos.
Oh,
I'll tell you
Are
later.
oh, okay. I say, sorry, meant no offense.
So, Callistratos says, we are near the city of Splin. Also in chat. In the city is the black market.
And what kind of things? I imagine it's the same as a black market anywhere else. Weapons, goods.
What do you want?
I don't know that we have the currency of this area. What do they use for money and trade here?
Universal credits. What do you use in Ukraine?
Are they universal credits? Or are they just European credits? It's local. It's local currency, isn't it?
Nope. Remember we had the retcon money conversation?
Vaguely.
Okay. I don't. Just to make sure, at the moment I'm talking to Mark, not to.
Correct.
Not to.
Not Orist.
Right. Phew. Couldn't pull that out of the hat. So no. And matter of fact, I'll just have him tell you. He says no. He says, don't you know that Splinkris created your money system so that he could have more power on this world?
Ah, that would make sense as to why Orloff endorsed it. Okay, sure. Great. So we do have some money. That's good. I mean...
And by the way, this is... Nobody's saying this, and this is out of character, but that's interdimensional credit system. Welcome to Rifts.
Yeah. I will say, have you ever met or had any dealings with the Utani?
We're familiar with the Utani.
We just met them for the first time right before we came here.
Ah. Well, they're a different race. They compete with the Splugorth, but they're not much different.
I would have thought maybe if you were fighting to take back Atlantis, they might be amenable to help.
We don't need an alien's help.
Fair enough. Is that what you're trying to do, is take back Atlantis?
What we do is our own.
I mean, no offense. Just making casual conversation and trying to get up to speed since we know very little since we've arrived here. We appreciate your hospitality and leading us to Splin.
Very well. He looks and he says, "You realize, do you not know the Naruni?"
I have not heard of this.
There are many clans of the Naruni. The Utani clan is one of the clans.
My understanding is the Naruni are traders throughout the galaxy as well, correct?
Yes.
That's really all I
You
know
didn't-
about them.
You didn't meet a Naruni, did you?
I don't believe so. They only introduced themselves as Utani.
Well, that's the name of the clan. That means that they're not very comfortable with you or familiar with you.
That would be correct on both counts.
So in which case they only use the name of their clan.
I see. No, they were assisting us in attempting to overthrow the Splugorth that you mentioned. The Splugorth's puppet.
They attempted to set up a they attempted to set things up in the Americas, and they were chased out by the coalition states and the Splugorth, and banned from the world. And they have been seeking. I suspected they've been seeking ways to find another foothold back on Earth. It's interesting that you tell me that that they're attempting to do that. There's certainly some benefit to the Splugorth having someone new to fight. It will be better for the Splugorth if they don't know about the Utani's actions.
Understood.
So you guys are eventually led into an area, and there's a fire pit, and the smoke seems to be going up through some hole deeper into the cave system or something. You're not sure. And it's warm in here, and there's various cushions and such that seems like it would be a comfortable place to sit. And indeed, Callistratus motions and says, "Please sit."
We'll sit.
And where Narcissa and Spiro walk over to an area. It looks like kind of a prep area or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they come back and they offer each of you a plate with pita and hummus.
I will gladly take some.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. It's got some really nice olive oil on top. And they said we are civilized after all.
How is it that you come to know the Ukrainian language?
We're travelers. We know many languages.
And am I right to assume that the original one that you and Z Teach were speaking was Atlantean?
Yes. It's very similar to Greek.
It is very interesting. I've tried to learn languages wherever I go. I will work with Z Teach and hopefully he can teach me.
That would be a good endeavor. So please tell us why you're here.
Well, and I'll go back through this.
We've just met you. We'd hate for you to needlessly wander off and die.
That would be a good goal to not work towards. And we recant the last 2 hours for us before we got here.
And he is a tyrant that has been ruling part of your country.
Correct.
He is.
One
I
of
see.
4.
So
But
it's an
arguably
interesting.
the most dangerous one.
It's an interesting thing. If you were to try to walk through the gate of the city, you would probably be killed and unable to explain your attempt to enter. But once you're in the city, no one will question because you've been through whatever interrogation you needed to get through to get into the city, and you're unlikely to be questioned.
I see. And how would you propose we attempt to get into the city?
Callistratus looks over at Spiro and they smile at each other, and Ammon looks at you and says, "We have ways."
Fair enough. In terms of longer term goals, do you have any idea how we might be able to return to the Ukraine from here once we've accomplished what we've set out to do?
Traveling is very easy for us. That isn't a problem. Your immediately problem sounds like you need to find this Orloff.
Indeed.
Um,
And since he came through a gate through the air, it's not like we can track him.
mhm.
How do you find one man amongst an entire city?
Phone book. Just kidding. Sorry.
Hello, Mr. Splugorth, sir?
That's a Plugorth. Is this? Do you have Prince Albert in a can? That
Yes,
probably-
I'm looking for a Joseph Orloff.
There we go. 34. Yeah. They say. Yeah. We may have things. We may have something that works. We later possibly can do a divination, and especially since you have a part of his body. That leg is part of his body, yes?
That is correct.
Well, with that, we may be able to find him.
Sveta, did
Now-
you hear that? They might be able to give us a leg up on finding him.
Well, that's really good. CT says, not getting the joke.
I look at the other
Oh, man.
7 of them. Anybody? No?
No, not so much.
Lost in translation.
You know, I find it really. Oh, there it is, right there. Holy goony goo goo. The thing I went past 5 times. Finally found it. All right. Um, we'll be able to do this, but we'll have to prepare, and it will take some time.
I very much appreciate your hospitality and willingness to help us. Is there something that we can do for you to assist you and your group? Do you have a name for your collective?
We have no name. Not one that we want to share at this time, anyway.
Understood.
And as far as what you can do for us, anything that damages Splinkrith is something we're willing to support.
Do you have any form of electronic communication devices?
For what purpose?
So I can send you our information so that you can contact us, we can contact you, things along that line?
No.
Or do
We
you
will
have-
we will be with you to the point where we're no longer with you, and then you'll be unable to contact us.
Very well.
We will be unable to follow you into parts of the city. We are far too well known.
Okay.
But we can get you to the city. So, now remember I told you it was about noon,
Right.
and so, by this point maybe it's 1:30, and he says, we will be able to do the ritual, but it will have to be midnight. I don't know if you're tired, but you can rest. I'm sure it was much later before you arrived here. And if you remember, it was evening, so you guys,
Yeah.
Big fight and all that, you are actually pretty tired.
Well, let's call it an evening and get some rest while.
Get rest.
We will go prepare.
Thank you. Scrolling. Thank you, Calistratus. No. Did I screw that up? Or is that like Kurgas? No, Calistratus.
Yeah, that's the guy's name.
Okay, good.
He nods to you and they leave the room. And unless you want to do something, you guys can nod off and shall we fade to black and fast forward to evening?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys nod off, very comfy, very warm, and you wake up, and Narcissa, girl with the wolf, right?
Yes.
Yeah, is touching your face, and
Well, she's touching the glass over my face, right?
oh, you're wearing your helmet?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
took a nap inside the.
Yeah, inside the armor. Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of normal for me.
Oh well, she just knocked on your faceplate.
Yeah, that's fine.
And Z-Teach, she touches him on the face and whispers in his ear, "Wake up."
Oh,
And,
they're married now, according to traditions of his world.
And
This is no fun. He's not here to hear any of it.
I know. He wakes up and he smells jasmine and something sweet, honey maybe.
Ooh, they made baklava.
And so everybody wakes up, and she is walking away, and she says, "This way. The ceremony's ready."
And now I will take my helmet down and follow her.
And you smell, well, all of you do smell Jasmine. She seems to give that lingering smell. And so she leads you through uh, what look like constructed walls to eventually, again, more like a cave. And you walk out. Just a second. You walk out, and there's a ledge, and above you can see the stars, and there's actually a near full moon. And on the ground, there is a 7-pointed star. And um, they're well, I'm sorry, a 6-pointed star. And Euthymius is in the center. And she's pretty much standing just like in the picture. And at the point are each of the 6. And she points at you, Orist, and Callistratus looks at Sveta and says, "Take her the leg."
I pick up the leg and bring it to her.
Okay. She motions to lay it in front of her.
Thunk.
And for you, she holds out her hand.
I will.
And then,
me?
no, to Orist.
Oh.
I will take her hand.
She pulls it back and nods no. And points at you.
I pull the katana out and set the hilt in her hand.
Again, she pulls her hands out, and she points at her hand and points at you. She reaches down and grabs your hand
Yeah,
and
I'll
tries to pull it up.
I'll remove the armor and then hold her hand.
Okay. She takes your hand and moves it so your palm is up.
Right.
And removes her hand. You see her reach down and touch a tattoo of a dagger on her leg. And she removes the dagger, the tattoo from her leg, and she's holding a dagger.
That's cool.
And she grabs underneath your hand and brings the dagger towards it and looks at you and pauses a second.
Since it's out of the armor now, I nod.
She cuts across your palm without hesitation. And it's not going to cost you, a wound or anything like that, but it's a fairly deep cut. And she does that, and then she takes your hand and turns it and pours the blood over the leg.
Okay.
And then she points back beyond the circle.
And I'll walk back behind the circle with my fist in a ball, and I will.
She touches the dagger back to her leg and lets go, and her hand comes up, and there's a tattoo there again. And there is she reaches over to her arm and pulls a star out, and then off her other arm she pulls off a map, and she puts the star above the map. And when she lets go, they're just staying there. And you can see then she turns her focus towards the leg and runs her her hands over it. And as she does that, the blood you dripped covers the leg and then starts to rise, kind of like a whirlpool. And this slender of blood reaches up and starts drawing on this piece of paper, and being led by the star as if that was a stylus. And you can hear not chanting, maybe humming, something between chanting and humming, almost like a Mongolian throat singing, only just kind of like a the dirge note of a bagpipe in a Mongolian throat singing kind of sense, if any of that made sense.
Sure.
You hear that from the six as she does this. And you to moment, you have never heard anything from Euphemius. She's not spoken. And you see kind of like a real big moment of concentration. And she reaches out and she grabs the star and the map, and she puts the star back and she puts the map back, and you see the tattoo form, but she still pulls away a piece of paper and she holds it in front of her towards you.
And I will come and respectfully take it from her and bow my head, say thank you.
And she motions to Sveta and then motions to the leg.
Oh, yeah, I pick it back up.
And you see the other six casually walk over, and each of them put a hand on her shoulder and why am I not seeing your name? Yeah, Callistratos puts a hand around her waist, and it almost looks like maybe an affectionate, but actually, if you look close, it seems like she's actually holding her up.
Right.
And Callistratos says, "Let's return where we left you earlier." And they start walking in. You guys walk in with them?
Yes. I will ask if she needs assistance.
She nods her head no. And Callistratus says, "I have her."
Okay. Thank you. And we'll head inside.
Okay. And so you guys go back in, and
what's Z-Teach's reaction to seeing all this?
if you looked at his face, he did not look surprised.
Okay.
You might surmise that maybe he's seen something like this before.
All right, then.
And matter of fact, while you're walking back in, he leaned over and I said, "I told you their tattoos were really cool."
Yeah. Have you ever... Are you able to do something like that?
No. I don't know that kind of magic.
I mean, not even the tattoo portion of it, just the... whatever she did with the blood and the map and the star.
No, I don't know that. I think that was a form of divination, and I don't know that.
Well, then what good are you to us?
I'll just leave.
Be gone.
And with that, he stomps off.
No. Yeah,
And we don't have to play him the rest of the episode.
Yay! We go back. No, we'll go back in and sit down and...
So, when you go back in, there was a small table, and Callistratos, he holds his hand up and says, "Can we see the map?"
Yes, and I'll bring the map and put it on the table.
He looks at it, and and you see him and Ammon and Spiro really take an interest. And I see. Okay. So we see where he is. He is in a lower portion of Splendkrith's palace.
Of course he is.
Spyro says, there is a way to get there. Ammon says, yeah, but we can't get past the market. They know us. Well, we're not going. They have to go. Calistrato says, yes. We can tell you how to get there, and you have this map.
That would be very helpful.
And so it looks like a city map, right?
Right.
And one thing he says, notice. He moves his finger across the map. And as he moves his finger across the map, at the farthest end, you can see, he says, see, this is a tunnel. You can see the tunnel. And then as he moves his finger past, because before he touches it, it's all basically one level, one section of the city.
Right.
But as he points to a certain section, it goes to whatever depth your path is going to be on. And so that it starts with that tunnel, and then he says you'll come out here, and then he shows you, and you're in the market. And as he so he's using his finger to describe where you would go. So we will be with you to the market.
Okay.
When you're in the market, and he's pointing, he says you will have to make your way. He says, again, you will not be questioned because they will assume you've been past the guards.
Right.
But that does not mean that you're safe, and it does not mean that you shouldn't be careful.
Of course.
There are things there that will want to eat you. And there may be, the thing you really need to be careful about is there may be others that look human. But it's unlikely they are.
Right.
There are many creatures that may look human, so be careful of that. Do not think that someone is safe because of how they look. So, but you'll go through the market, and he shows you, and he says, he says, once you're past the market, you will come out in a courtyard, a large courtyard. And to your left, you will see a gazebo with large columns, and behind it will be a large pyramid. You'll want to go behind the gazebo, and you'll go to the corner of the pyramid that is pointing to the east. And next to that, you will find a building.
Okay.
It is a small square building, and it is a privy. You will go in there and into the maintenance room, and once you are in there, you'll see a tunnel leading down. You'll follow that tunnel down, and you'll be into the old city. You'll be on the main road, and he's showing you on the map with his finger. You'll be on the main road. He says it's a large city, destroyed city underground. He says you could get very lost there, but stay on the main city and be careful. It's not a safe place. There are dark things there. And when you get to the end of the road, you'll be under the pyramid. And you'll find a way up. And that way up will lead very near to where Orloff is currently staying.
All right, well, I got up to when you come to the end, you'll be under the pyramid, And when you go up,
You'll be very near to Orloff. Follow the map.
okay. Got it.
We'll leave in the morning. For now,
Thank you. I say thank you to him, and I say thank you to her as she's sitting down. Can we do anything for you or get you anything?
we are fine. Narcissa says, music?
Do you dance?
Sometimes. But right now I want to sing.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely.
And so she reaches on her left ribs and removes a tattoo, and she's holding a harp.
That is a handy way to carry a musical instrument.
And she starts to play and sing, and it is just this angelic, heavenly voice. And it's in whatever language, Atlantean, you would assume. And she sings for a while, and she dances a little as she sings. And one by one, each of them start to nod off, and any of you can nod off if you want. Zetich nods off, and she puts the harp away once everybody is asleep and goes to sleep herself, unless there's something you want to do.
Nope.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. You wake up to the smell of honey and fresh bread, and on small tables in front of you are fruit, and fresh bread seems to be covered in honey. And Calistratus says, "This may be your last meat. This may be the last time you get to eat before you leave here."
It is much appreciated. And I will eat. I will make sure Zetich eats.
Two will take my fill.
All right. Calistratus licks the honey off his fingers and says, "Are we ready?"
I believe we are.
So he leads out that same door that led to the ledge, but instead of turning to your left, it goes straight ahead, and you see a giant stone, again, Greek. It doesn't look like it's carved. It looks like it was worked, cut
Right.
marble and stuff. Stone staircase that spirals down. And you guys spiral down for 40 minutes. And when you get to the end, there's a sloping path that is pointing towards the city, and you're walking straight down. Or, well, not straight down, but on a sloping path that's down. And so you walk for about 2 hours. And eventually he leads you up to a ladder. And he says, "When we built our cities, we left places where we could always come and go. This Splinkrith hasn't found all of our ways. If you're ready, let's go up."
Yep.
Let's go.
So you walk up, you're in a large room, and he says, "All right, this is as far as we can go." But he says, there is a door here, and beyond another smaller room, and it will appear as a door on this side. On the other side, it looks like a wall, and you'll be behind. You'll be behind some bushes. I was trying to think of a fancy way to say bushes, but you're behind some shrubberies. And
will we be able to return through
No.
that? I see. So, how will we meet you or find you once we have finished our task?
you'll have to find your way out of the city.
Understood.
Are we able to exit the city? It's dangerous to enter, but can we exit safely?
You're less likely to be questioned leaving than you are entering.
Understood. I don't assume there is a way to trigger the wall to allow us to regain access through it.
We have ways, but you won't have that way.
Okay.
And Callistratus holds his arm out towards you,
I'll grasp
and if
his-
you grasps arms with you, and he says, I wish you success.
Thank you for your help and assistance. May we meet again soon.
Narcissa walks up and kisses Zetich on the cheek, giggles, and walks
Z-Teach
away.
giggles?
No, Narcissa.
Oh, just checking. And I asked Sveta, are you ready?
I am.
Z-Teach?
Yes.
Okay, we're good to go.
All right, so he opens up the door, and you see a smaller room.
And we'll go through that to the other door.
Okay, he shuts the door.
And we go through and we're on the other side of a wall.
You're on the other side of the wall. You're behind a bush.
Yep. And we will move together and try and steer clear of people. And we will move past the market into a large courtyard and look for the gazebo on our left.
So, slow down there, cowboy.
So we're gonna go straight through, no questions asked. We're gonna draw no
That's right.
attention.
That's right.
Straight through the city.
Yep,
no problem.
That's how I envisioned it. Yeah,
We'll go all the way through the bottom city, up the tunnel.
yeah, no
Let's
problem.
just
We're,
Start
we're
this
there.
next scene facing Orlov.
Yep, it's all good.
So you guys are behind the bush. You walk out of out from behind the bush, and you can see you're on a backside of a building, but up kind of on a ledge. And as you walk around, and I say ledge, it's probably 15, 20 feet wide, but you walk around that ledge and you see a staircase down. And that staircase leads to what looks like one side of a market.
Right.
And you see up ahead of you, if you look at the map here, picture here, I guess I should say, you see ahead of you, you actually see this scene. As you see this guard, who has, for everybody except Z-Teach, it looks like he's got, a staff with a jar and some worms sticking its head out of the jar. And you have some guy leading someone by a rope. There is a little baby dragon there. And you can look further and you see that there are booths and tents, and it's all, inside this building with columns and marble, but there's tents and it's huge. It it continues this way out of eyesight. And all of you kind of realize that it looks like anything you could want might be here.
And I will close Z-Teach's jaw and say, focus, let's stay on target.
I really like this bottom center picture with the weird pangolin tentacle anteater thing.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing that has some slaves and people in cages
Yeah.
and a demon thing pointing. Might be like picking a lobster out of a tank.
You know, the funny part is the way it looks on my screen. It almost looks like the anteater thing is the thorax of the demon thing.
Oh, is it?
I don't think it is. I think it is.
I meant the demon on the left with the wings who has a tail.
Oh, I meant the giant thing on the right. The anteater
yeah,
almost looks like the thorax of.
Yeah, it kind of does. I see that.
Yeah.
I see that.
The weird pangolin thing looks like it has chains around its tentacles at the bottom, so I'm guessing it's a slave too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sure enough.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, good eyes.
rip off of Jabba the Hutt in the bottom right corner.
Yeah.
Jabba the Hutt?
Yeah, the little face in the very bottom right near the slaves.
Oh, yeah, okay. You do, by the way. I mean, everything that I have pictured here, you actually do see. Not all at once, but as you walk, you are going to see this. You do see a guy standing or sitting in front of a giant mech with a for sale label on it.
And I do see Japanese katana and wakizashi set.
Is that in a picture? Yes, you do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do.
And I still don't go over. I try and make our way through to the... I'm looking for the large courtyard. Once we're to move past the market and come out in a large courtyard.
Look on the bottom left.
And yes, there we go. So on the left, we should see a large gazebo, which would be like right there, I think.
You guys come out here,
Okay, so then
and you're facing here.
Yeah, so it should
So
be
the
this.
left is right here,
Yep.
and there's your pyramid, and
Right.
this way, this direction, is east.
Yep.
Right.
So,
So
that's the way we're going.
that's east.
We're going to go look for the small building that's a square small building that's a privy.
All right. So you kind of walk.
Yeah.
It took you 3 hours to get from where you were. And where's the map, by the way?
I have it.
Okay. Is it rolled up? Is it out? Is it?
I'd say mischief managed and folded it up and put it away.
You
Sorry.
said what?
Mischief managed. Harry Potter. Sorry. This is the magic map from Harry Potter. You say mischief managed, and all the ink drains off of it, and it becomes a blank piece of paper, and they fold it up and put it away. So,
How you can hide maps.
yeah, so you can hide maps. No, I have it, and it is in my pocket, for lack of a better phrase, and I pull it out and look at it and fold it up, and I pull it out as needed to look at it, and then continue on.
When you pull it out, that star
Yeah.
is tiny, almost like a pinprick of light.
Yeah.
But you do see that star showing where you are.
Oh, okay. Great.
That's cool.
Yeah. So,
So it takes you about 3.5 hours to get through the market. And that's assuming you don't stop, talk, whatever. And by the way, you can't help but see and hear people making deals. You hear all kinds of languages, and one of the things that I'm not even going to make you roll. You do see people using credit sticks exactly like the credit sticks you have.
Mm-hmm.
So, so you come to this giant courtyard, and it looks just like that. Ahead of you is a giant statue of a dragon.
Hold on. We do really want to try and sell the leg, don't we? It's just a giant paperweight right now. And,
How will we speak to the salesman?
hey, we have a mech leg. Viable, worst case scrap. What do you give us for it?
Is there
No,
anybody
no,
here
no,
you're going
no,
to talk to?
Not yet. We're talking
Oh,
amongst
okay.
ourselves.
We can try if you think these people will understand Ukrainian.
We've heard of a bunch of different languages. I'm sure we can find someone that speaks one of the ones that we speak. Plus, Z-Teach can speak Atlantean.
Yeah, Z-Teach, does Z-Teach recognize any of these other languages that are being spoken? I would not recommend speaking Atlantean because they
Yeah,
are
maybe not.
enemies of here.
Yeah, maybe not. But have I heard any languages that I can speak and understand?
Just a second. You know,
Maybe the shop with the samurai swords, maybe they know Japanese.
Yeah, just don't look at the customer that's browsing right now because I'm pretty sure she's a Medusa.
She's got sunglasses on, it's okay. Goggles.
She does. That is true. At first, I thought she was shackled, and then I realized she was just browsing.
you haven't heard any of those languages, no.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Does Z-Teach understand any of these languages?
No.
Yeah. Then probably better not to draw attention to ourselves and keep moving.
I wouldn't want
She
to
looks at you and
speak
says-
a human language here.
Yeah.
What's that?
Well,
It's like I wouldn't want to speak a human language here.
Yeah. ZT says, besides, Sveta, don't you want to, like, turn that into a lump of something?
I can do that.
maybe once we get to the privy into the
Yeah.
maintenance room.
Well,
Just not in the
I
old
think
city.
he needs a forge to do that, so.
Oh, he can make a forge out of anything.
Well,
anywhere.
sure. Her. All right, so you guys are in this giant courtyard. You see the giant dragon statue
Yes.
and the gazebo way to your left.
Yes. And we go towards the privy place back up that way.
So it takes you about 30 minutes to get across the courtyard,
Yeah.
because I assume you're not running,
No,
casually walking like everybody else.
correct.
And so that's a pretty long walk. So that's about 30 minutes. And just to put things in scale. And you guys, yeah, why don't you three make and you can roll for Z Teach again. Make notice rolls. It's ironic that the only one who noticed was Z Teach.
Oh, I guess Z-Teach is still wounded.
Oh, is he? He shouldn't be.
Yeah, it still has -1 due to a wound.
Okay,
Yeah.
well he's still got a success. It's okay. We'll just have to take note of that and add the one back on mentally.
Oh, I can just remove it.
Is it a
if-
switch
if-
on the character sheet?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little
There's a
number
place
for
for it.
wounds. You just type in 0.
Actually, where is that?
It's under health.
Oh, I see. Okay. Did you take it off already?
I did.
What did
you
he have?
want
Just he had a one.
Yeah, he had a 1.
Yeah, put a 1 there, because
Oh, okay.
well, just a second. What's his?
Oh yeah, I mean, if we're right after the battle, a couple days after, I don't know how long it takes to heal.
Yeah, he still has this wound.
Okay.
He failed his. All right, so okay, so 30 minutes later,
Oh,
you
wait,
guys
is that something he can Benny? Before we
maybe
go into a giant fight
let me
with
look
Orloff?
just a second. Yeah, just a second, just a second. You guys did sleep last night. 87.
Twice, technically. We almost slept for 24 hours.
Yeah, that's true. 87. Was that not on this book? Come on. 87. Okay. I don't see it there, but fine. And 95.
Healing is normally once every 5 days. You can
Yeah.
roll, I think.
Yeah, that's why I was bringing up the Benny thing, because he probably wouldn't want to go into the final fight at a negative. Where is...
I don't remember that's a
Healing is on page 96 if you're looking for it.
Yeah, no, I already read all that.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Zoptu. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing tonight? We're looking up some rules.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, he's got a wound.
Okay. Can he Benny the roll is my question.
I shouldn't have rolled.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Can
So
he
is
has
there...
he has a spell to heal?
Does he?
Yeah. If we want to use his power points.
Well, the question is how
He
many...
could have done that. Yeah, he could have done that last night, and he would have his PowerPoints back. So yeah, go ahead and take that off.
Okay.
Alright.
Only because I know that's one thing I can say for him on his behalf is he'd want to be at full if we're going into battle with Orloff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And how many points did he recover?
He was only down 1, right?
Power points? No, I thought he only had 1 left.
No,
only had...
he's at full. I just said.
Oh, that's what I was asking. Did he recover all his power points last night?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you remember, the night you guys arrived, I told him that he.
It was
he's
like he was
recovering.
analyzing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Perfect.
Which is why he wouldn't have hesitated to heal himself last night.
Right. Perfect.
Okay. Half an hour later, you're across the courtyard.
Yay. We head to the privy.
So you
square.
As you get next to the gazebo, you can almost see it in the picture, but there's a ring of stairs leading up to those the entrance to the gazebo, and in there you can smell coming from there some good smells, some not good smells, but it looks like and imagine the size of the place since it took you 30 minutes to walk there, but there's food vendors in there.
Mm-hmm.
And
we are heading...
Thanks for the description, John. Don't care. Stay on target.
Stay on target. We are going behind the gazebo and to the corner of the pyramid pointing to the east.
So you follow that, and you see another area with very, very similar buildings. And you see on the side of one, you see people coming in and out. It obviously looks like a privy. and um, you see uh, three different entrances that people are coming in and out of, and that look like boy monsters and girl monsters, and I don't know what kind of monsters,
Mm-hmm.
and um, and you see one door. Um, the map shows you actually on the backside there's like a little narrow alley, and there's a door that goes into that building that nobody's going in and out of.
That's where we're headed.
Okay, door opens right up.
Nice. And then we look for the uh, tunnel leading down into the old city.
So when you're in there, what you see is a marble floor. You see mops and cleaning agents and rags and all kinds of unguents. And there is a door to the left that you've walked around the building. You can see goes towards where people were going into the building.
Hmm.
And um, there's a door ahead of you that might also go into the building.
Let's check the one ahead of us.
So you open the door ahead of you, and there are shelves, um, all kinds of shelves with all kinds of supplies and whatnot on them, and
And
it's probably about a 10 by 10 foot room, and with two rows of shelves. So you're walking between shelves, and if you look through the shelves, you can see past them there's another row of shelves, and there's an open area ahead of you if you walk straight down the shelves, and um, and um, there's a table and a cot and a rug under the table.
is there signs of any person in here?
No, but there's signs that maybe somebody
Somebody
lives in
lives
here.
here, right? So I'm gonna carefully go out there, making sure that there is no one in there. And if I deem that there is no one in there, then I'm actually going to pick up the corner of the rug and look and see if there's anything underneath it, like a
No one in there, and you lift up the rug and you see a metal plate.
grate. So I will motion to Zveta to help me move the metal plate and
Or you move the table,
move the table, excuse me, and then we'll try and open the metal plate.
and it looks like a 4 foot by 4 foot square trapdoor, basically.
Okay. Does it seem like when you say a trapdoor, we're not talking
Hinges is square with hinges on one side.
about. Got it. And so, does it open up or down?
Up.
Okay, then let's pull it up. And is there a ladder underneath?
There are stairs
Oh, even
leading
better.
down.
So, the question I have is obviously it was not locked. We were able to just pull it open.
Yes.
Okay. Stand by one. I am looking at Z Teaches.
So I already know what he's going to do.
Okay, great.
I was waiting for you to stop talking. And so he reaches into a bag and he pulls out this dust, and he throws the dust, and it sparkles and spreads out as it hits the table and the rug. And he holds his hands up, and the rug gets flat and aligns with the table and is hovering in the air. And he says, "Let's go."
Great. So we'll go down the stairs and pull the trapdoor down behind us.
And you can see him aiming his hands up above the trapdoor and bringing his hands down, and you hear a thunk thunk, and he seems to be done with that.
Good. And we head down in onto the main road of the old city.
So you hit 4 landings and it turns each time you do, and you hit a point where there's a heavy metal door, very rusted door ahead of you.
Okay.
And there's a large metal bar and a lock facing you.
After 4.
What's the large metal bar?
Oh,
A
like
little.
like a crossbar.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
And I'll lift up the crossbar.
It's heavy for you, but you can do it.
Okay.
What do you do with it after you pick it up?
I guess put it on the ground, like along the wall, or
How?
like just laying flat on the ground.
Okay.
just don't drop it to make a bunch of noise.
Yeah, no, like softly.
Okay, there we
you
go.
know,
That's
just
what I was
set
looking
it down on the ground.
for. Okay. Now there's a large padlock.
Yes, about that. Stand by one. Can Z-Teach use telekinesis to move the pins inside the lock?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it has that fine a control.
That's why I was asking, because I obviously am not a mage in this system, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I know. We're trying to.
Play.
What page is that on?
170 in Savage Worlds.
Right.
Can I grab the lock, try and heat up my hands, and melt the lock off?
How hot do your hands get?
I don't really have a statistic, but it's used to heat and control forges. I think it's red hot at a minimum.
So, the short answer is he could use telekinesis to unpick the lock. However,
He'd have to use his lock picking skill.
yes,
Yeah, that's what that was my takeaway from it too. After reading it,
and there would be kind of no point to it.
yeah, because he still doesn't have lock picking.
Well, but I mean, it'd be cool. It would be no different. The only difference between him walking up with the lock picking tools and using telekinesis would be the fact that one, he's standing across the room, and the other,
Right.
he's holding it in his hand.
Yeah.
Right.
Is lockpicking, I guess, part of stealth?
If you can heat up a forge, you can attempt that. That's pretty dang hot.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if I should roll for that. I guess.
Roll your strength.
So here's my quick question, John. While he's doing that, does Z-Teach have to be able to see the item or to telekinetic it, or does he just have to know it's there? Like, and the
I don't
reason
think it. I don't think it says, but I would say he has to see it.
Oh, okay. Because my question is, can he put that crossbar back in the door after we go through? If he can take it out later because he knows it's there, but if he can't take it out, then there's no
Well, I let him move the table without seeing it.
right.
I don't know. Let me look again and see what weight he can move. I don't think so.
So it has a strength of a D10 or D12 with a raise. I don't know if either of those are strong enough. May not be.
Huh. You only have a D12 strength, Sveta?
For combat, yeah. I mean, for lifting things, it's different. For lifting thing, it's a D12 plus 2.
That's what I thought. And is that an edge?
Yeah, yeah. That's
Oh,
a
soldier?
I think it's a combination of brawny and soldier. I think
Right,
they both
okay.
have one.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was extraordinarily heavy to the person who has a 12 strength,
Okay.
who was able to lift it because of the fact that the strength is higher than 12.
Okay. Well, then nix that idea. No problem.
What were you trying to do, Mark?
Just have him. So Mark, the player, thinks, oh, there's a crossbow in this giant heavy door, a crossbolt, and a lock in this giant heavy door because they obviously want to keep whatever's on the other side out of the actual city. And so if we leave it without the crossbolt, then odds are the things may get through and we may have problems coming back this way. But if you can't do it, can't do it. You will just have to take the chance.
Until you got to the, and we might have problems getting back through, I wasn't sure why you cared, considering who's running the city.
Yeah. Because I want us to be able to get back through without having to fight through a bunch of lower city creatures.
Right. That makes absolute, complete sense. So are you going to try to melt the lock?
Yes.
Why don't you roll your metalsmith skill?
All right. That's also a D12. That's not
Okay.
any better.
So you rolled your strength. I used that to see how hot your hands get. Your metalsmith skill to see how well you interpret the metal. It's a very soft iron lock. It's not steel or anything. It's actually iron. And you got a raise with your strength. You easily it melts to nothing right in your hands.
Nice.
And if you want a chunk of iron, I'll let you cup your hands and cool it down so you can have a chunk of iron. I know how you keep collecting metal all over the place, so I'll leave that up to you. It's terrible. It's terrible, crappy iron. So I don't know if you want it or not.
No, it's
Orist or Mark? I'm not sure who.
Yeah, Mark asked a question. Your hand's already that hot. Why don't you just grab the leg now?
Why don't I just grab the what?
The
Oh,
leg.
the leg.
Yeah. I mean, worst case is it doesn't work because it's not a porous metal and it's something resistant that you're going to need a higher temperature. Best case is, hey, you're not carrying around a leg.
Yeah, I can try and melt the leg down now, I guess, if John will allow it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your strength again.
All right.
Come on, big money.
We'll just add +2 to this.
Yay, 10.
+2 would be. Oh, well, I don't know if John's including the lifting strength +2.
No, I'm not. So your hands get hot. They don't get plasma rifle hot, and you don't even mark the metal.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys remember what number you were having to hit to wound him.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so CT says, well, are we done melting things, or are we just going to keep standing here?
You're next.
You mean you don't like melting things? I could do this all day.
We'll open the.
I'm not sure I like standing in dark corridors underground.
Well, I mean, it's light. His hands are friggin' molten right now. Let's
there's that.
Open the door or attempt to open the door.
You do?
Yeah, because Feta can't. She'll punch a hole in the door.
Well, I'm assuming that. Well, you try to pull on the door and it doesn't move.
Okay. Once your hands cool down, you're going to have to do this, Feta. I can't seem to open the door.
What's the door made of?
Heavy metal.
I can just grab that now.
I know. I was thinking of the movie as soon as I said that.
If I just grab the door, my hands so hot they're gonna melt through the door like butter instantly. Like I would think some heat would diffuse and I could still open it.
One, you can cool your hands down pretty quickly. It's not like it's going to take 2 hours. It's going to take like 15 seconds. And
Somebody
two,
quick, pee on my hands like they're stung by.
family show. So, yeah, there's a big metal ring there.
Okay. Yes, I'll pull the door open once my hands cool down.
You get the door open, but it was tough. And this is strength, by the way, so you would get your +2. So
That's a
it was
heavy
taking a
door.
D12 +1 to open that door.
Yeah.
Man, I almost say leave the door open, just large enough that we can barely squeeze through, just in case something happens, so we don't have to deal with it on the way back. I don't like any of this.
Yeah, I can leave it a crack.
Yeah.
Go on. Although, something designed these doors, so something opens and closes these doors rather easily.
Well,
I think.
I would think these doors stay closed at all times.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been house hunting or found some ruins somewhere? Been down an old mine shaft?
Mm-hmm.
Been in a men's liquor room? And had that. I'm sorry for the airplane reference. And that musty, moldy, decayy
Yeah.
smell.
Yeah.
That's what you instantly smell when you open the door.
Yeah. Yep. I think that's going to be the... I'm just looking over as he teaches spells, just to make sure that there's not something that I'm glaringly
How many
missing.
does he have?
Spells?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. Sorry, I'll just count. 1.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
I am, because I can't see him when I open his character sheet.
Yeah.
I need to do our 2-minute break.
Yeah.
I need to use the restroom and one other thing. And can you? All I need is just the name.
Yeah, I'll put them into the chat. During
Okay.
The break.
You can put them in the chat or Gmail or whatever.
Yeah, just throw them in the chat. That'll work.
That's great. Okay. Well, I will be back in 2 minutes.
Okay, sounds good. And I'll run a 120 ad on Twitch, and we'll stay here on everything else. For those joining us on YouNow, thanks for joining us. Zopdu999, hope you're enjoying the show. And for everybody on Bigo Live, M, K Bella Brown, and K, thanks for joining us. Let me put those names into the chat. So we have Bolt, Deflection, Entangle, Healing, Protection, Invisibility, Telekinesis, Kinesis, Teleport, Burst. Yeah, I see what Daniel was saying about this. Like, I don't think he has a limitation on how many spells he can have. It's just literally how he chooses to spend his power points. I don't know for sure, though. Lower trait. Sloth/speed. Slumber. Bone
if I remember from one of our earlier conversations, he gets a ton of spells at the beginning of the game. That's like for his class,
Yeah.
and then he can learn new spells. And I think for every advancement, like normal people can only learn like 2 spells each advancement, but because of his class, he can learn like 4
Yeah.
or
Well,
something.
and I don't know if he took any new spells in the last a couple advancements that we've only had one advancement, haven't we? Or we had 2.
We've had a couple, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe 2. I think healing was one of his newer ones.
Yep. And that's good. That is good.
Yeah, I think healing and like the boost trait and stuff. I think those are all new.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say, be right back. Hey, what's up, KOB? Welcome to the stream. We're taking a super quick break, and we're gonna resume playing here in just a minute. Actually, I'll just throw up the intermission section. Hold on. That way, everybody gets we're on break. Uh-oh. What happened? Okay, there we go. Hello, I am back. Are you guys back? It does not sound like it.
Just got back.
Okay. Let me switch back. Switch back to map view, and we'll be good to go. There we go. Map view. And the weekly top 40. Yep.
I'm back. Thank you for your patience.
No problem. Welcome back, Mr. Cotter.
Can you say something again?
Welcome back, Mr. Cotter.
Okay. Chris?
Hello.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the break.
Yeah.
I admit I had to go get some kind of caffeinated beverage, or I was going to face plant on the street.
Oh, geez.
It's
You were looking like that.
been a day. Usually it's not that bad for me on Tuesdays, but today's been a day. Just a lot of stuff. So
Yeah.
looking forward to the game, but at the same time, I'm like, ah. Okay, so we made it musty smell. We kept the door open a crack so that just we could barely wedge ourselves. I mean, Sveta would be the largest. No offense, she'd be the largest one to be able to squeeze through. Is the short answer. So maybe Z-Teach and I'll have an easier go at it, but still, we're not like leaving it all the way open or anything like that.
Right. Well, at the end of the day, I think what you're trying to say is if Sveta can fit through, you guys fit through very easily.
Yes.
Big boned. And I put all those in the chat for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I copied them someplace
Fantastic.
because I figure the chat's going to scroll, and
Yes.
I didn't want to scroll up, so I copied them somewhere.
No.
Smart.
Huh. Alrighty then. Huh. Interesting. Okay. All right. So the door opens up, you guys walk out, and it's dark. It's
Dark.
as you it's a cave underground dark. However, as you stand there for just a second, you do see that there is some kind of soft glow, and there is some bit of glowing fungus, but it's not very bright. It's a dark green glow. Yes, sir.
So then I would like to take out my wrong character sheet. I would like to take out my...
Let me stop. Let me finish describing first.
Okay.
So you see what looks, and again for the players, not the characters, since you don't know what I'm talking about, you see basically, I know you are, Mark. I think Chris is Futurama. You know when what's his name goes underground and it's his home city,
Yeah.
and it's like a whole big city underground, only destroyed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Old New York.
yes. So instead of being old New York, it's old Athens under here.
Right.
But otherwise, it's kind of the same thing.
Right. So the question I have is, with the moss, can I use my night vision goggles to actually see down here?
Yes.
Okay. So then I will put those on.
But
And,
your companions can't.
well, Z-Teach
That's what I was
can
gonna ask.
because he'll
Does he have
cast
knots?
he'll cast lens.
That's not a spell.
It's an item, I think.
It's an item.
But it's an item he has, yes?
Yes.
So,
Does
It
it have
co-
to be cast, or can he just?
no, it costs four power points.
Does it give a description of what it does?
Dark sight.
Oh, okay. All right. Honestly, I only asked because I can remember what I told him it did.
Yeah, so he'll spend 4 power points. I'll take those off. Oh, does it say how long it lasts?
All right.
It doesn't have a duration on it on here.
It's fine.
Okay.
And what's Sveta gonna do?
Oh, I
Hold
was
on
gonna.
to someone, I
Yeah, I
guess.
was gonna say, Sveta, hold on to me, and I will guide you. Oh, you know what? Actually, I might have a way for her to see. Well, maybe not. Let me check. Hold on 1 second. You know what? She's still gonna have to hold on to me, but I'll give her the infrared distancing binoculars because that way she'll at least be able to see us, and something approaching us.
Okay. Well, you have the night vision goggles are what you're wearing.
Correct.
Okay.
So I'll give her the infrared distancing binoculars because then she'll actually be able to see us in infrared, and if there was any other warm-blooded creature, approaching us or shift in variation of
That makes sense, I guess.
yeah. I mean, it's better than nothing. It's not
Right.
great. It's not ideal. You're still going to have to hold on to me, but at least you'll be able. You'll have predator vision, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. By the way, I had the TV on your channel.
Yes, it died momentarily.
No.
Oh,
Let me finish.
yeah.
I had my TV on your channel, but it didn't automatically start.
Huh.
I had to page down and click on live.
Weird. Yeah, lately I've been having severe bitrate issues, and I'm about to tear my hair out. I don't know what to do about it. Because, I should have 30 megs of bandwidth, and right now I'm getting... Twitch is set to 6 megs, I'm getting 1.4, and YouNow is set to 3,000, and I'm getting 730.
Wow.
So combine, I have 30 megs of bandwidth, and I'm literally only getting 2 megs right now total. It's a travesty. It makes me very
that
angry.
sucks.
And sometimes it leads to it will drop the Twitch, and we'll end up having 2 of the same show because it's before the drop and after the drop. Really makes me frustrated.
I bet it does.
Yeah, I gotta do something about that.
So is it your provider is just terrible?
Yep. And guess what? There's only one. And
Oh, that's the worst.
it's great. And
Really? There's only one?
There's only one.
Who is it?
Cox.
Oh. Yeah, I thought Comcast was bad. No, Cox is even worse.
Yep.
I thought they were very aptly named, even though it's spelled wrong.
Yep.
So you can't. There's no Verizon Verizon FiOS.
Nope. That was one of the things I was checking into before we moved into this house, and this is the only thing. And what's worse is the business class version of what we have is the exact same speeds, the exact same everything, 4 times the cost. So if I want the business guarantees, then it's 4x the cost monthly, which it's not cheap to begin with. So, huzzah! But
Wow.
yeah, I'll have to.
The whole guarantee thing just to me is just crazy.
It's like you're marketing a speed. Why do I have to get a guarantee of
right.
getting the speed you're already marketing?
Provide me what you said you'd provide me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm right there with you. but unfortunately, yeah,
And no Verizon.
nothing. The Cox is in my area. Cox is the only provider that goes to this address.
Wow. Yeah. When I was in Vegas, they were, well, no, it wasn't Vegas. I don't know where I was that I had them, but they were just awful, just terrible. Their customer service was there was just nothing good about it.
Yeah, well. Anyways, we make it without incident through the old city by staying on the main road, and then when we come up under the pyramid,
You're funny.
looks aren't everything.
So you um you are on an kind of an edge of this cave basically that has a city in it,
Mm-hmm.
and there were stairs down, and you take those stairs down, and you find yourself at a road, and it does look like a main road, and it's straight off into the distance.
And I will make sure that that is the way we should be going on the road, on the map. And if it is, then I will
Yes.
fold the map up and put it away, and we will continue on the road. I will check it every probably 10 minutes or so
Okay.
until I get a good idea of how fast we're traveling on the map, if that makes sense,
Okay.
so that I can guesstimate how long it's going to be, because I don't really want to keep pulling the map out. If we go for 30 minutes and we've made it a quarter of the way on the map, then I know that it's going to be, 30, 60, 90, 120 before we get to where we're supposed to go.
I understand. So, you guys walk on.
Walk on the ocean. Sorry, I couldn't.
You
resist
guys, you guys walk about 30 minutes,
it. Okay. So 3 checks of the map.
and yes, and you're on the main road, and you are about a quarter way there.
So 30, 60, 90, 120. All right, we're good to go. So,
And so, 30 minutes,
Initiate
you
fast
take your
travel.
10-minute check and you put it up.
yep.
And now, as you're walking, there's buildings and debris and all kinds of things, and
Fantastic treasures to be had and piles of rubble to sift through.
Yeah, while we're walking around, Sveta is on the lookout for a metal that her father, who is also a smith, told her about, called orichalcum.
Yeah, there's only one problem with that.
why don't you put that in the chat? Are you making stuff up here?
No, that's actually the mythical metal of Atlantis, from
From riffs or from?
just, I don't know, real lore of Atlantis from our world.
Orichalcum.
There's different spellings of it and different versions of it.
Yeah,
sometimes
when
it's
Plato-
orichalcum, something. Yeah.
When
Yes.
Plato first wrote of Atlantis, he said that's how Atlantis became a great culture, was because of its orichalcum, which was prized more than gold.
Huh.
Yeah, the problem is that you can't see anything except
Oh yeah,
us.
that is a problem. That is
Yeah.
a problem.
Yeah. And I'm courtyard to bathrooming this. We're like stay on target, laser focus.
Huh. There's a museum in Athens that has a sample.
Yeah, they found a ship that they think had what Greeks thought was orichalcum, and it was like a early version of brass before like brass was discovered. But
Yeah, because I don't think it's actually a thing, but it is in every single role playing game in existence that I am.
Is
aware of.
it?
Yes.
yeah, it's a very common mythical metal.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow. So I lose a nerd point for not knowing about Atlantean metal. Fair enough. I guess. But now I know, so I get my point back. So there
That's
you
right.
go.
That's right.
All right. So you guys walk on. Have you ever walked down a hallway and maybe you were reminiscing or you were looking at your phone or you were somehow distracted
All the time.
and somebody bumped into you and you kind of didn't see it coming?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So something brushes past you, Mark, and you don't see it. And it something hits you and stops you in your step, but it's didn't show up on your nods.
Oh. Shadow monsters.
I will take a step to the left. Like
It was momentarily. It was something like something hit you and kept moving.
okay, so I can move forward.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
Just someone walking down the hallway bumped into you or something.
I will say very quietly, I just hit something. Or it hit me. Be careful. And we will continue to walk.
I had in my mind that Z-Teach was going to say, should I start a light? But I don't see any spell that's going to allow him to light up.
No, Sveta has a better light spell than he does.
His hands.
Yep. Yep.
So, okay. You walk on for another minute.
I mean, he could do burst, I suppose. If I assume it would make light.
He could add a trapping that would make it light, but it's still a it's like a poof, right? And so there'd be light and then no light, and it would actually be worse,
Got it.
right? Because
I'm blind.
Yeah.
right.
Well, I have.
Yeah,
I
can
have,
make
I can make
make light for like 5 seconds. Bam!
I think
Something bumps into both of you, all three of you.
Bumps in, but like last time.
Mm-hmm.
There's no sound or.
Mm-mm.
And
You want the 5 or the 2?
I guess the question that I have before I answer that question is I'm wearing armor, so it's bumping into my armor, not me personally inside the suit, right?
It's bumping into your armor.
Okay. I'll take the 5, thank you.
It'd be pretty freaky if you were feeling it inside the suit.
That's why I was checking, because you never know.
It is riffs.
I have flares if we need them.
Yes. I have a lamp if we need it.
Oh,
Or a
well,
lantern.
yeah, no, that's good too.
I didn't know if we were doing this stealthily to try and not bring attraction to ourselves.
That's the idea, but considering that he is drawing cards for us.
What's your parry there, Sveta?
I think 9.
Something just swiped at you, but you instinct or something, you seem to have blocked it away. And
I'm pulling up my lantern.
the darkness is attacking us. That's your swords.
That's our swords.
Your swords are talking to you.
Oh. I will repeat what the swords say.
You lit up your lantern?
Yes. Just because. Oh.
Ignore the girl running.
Let's Z teach.
I was wondering if this would be like the darkness can't attack us if there's light, keeping shadows away, kind of thing.
You see this the instant you light up your lantern, and then it kind of melts behind the wall.
Oh.
Into the shadow that your lantern is casting on the other side of that wall.
Lights on, everybody.
Well, obviously I'm turning the night vision goggles off, so I'm not blind from his lantern. And I'll take the. I mean, it's melted, so it's not attacking right now, right? So we're not in initiative, or we are.
We are in initiative order, yes.
Okay.
So I guess technically he turned his lantern on out of order, but go ahead, Shinkansen.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
No, it's all good. So I'm gonna stow the night vision goggles. I'm going to grab the infrared binoculars and stow them, and pop and just have my swords at the ready.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna do on this turn.
Yeah.
So I pulled the I pulled as you were doing that, I pulled the infrared distancing binoculars off your head so you weren't blinded when you lit your thing.
Thank you.
No problem.
So yeah, I guess following the order now, I would have turned my light on. And I was carrying my hammer. Oh, I guess I was carrying my hammer in one hand. Anyway, I'm going to shrink the hammer to a smaller size so I can carry it like one-handed with the lantern in the other hand.
Okay. That makes sense. The darkness is still all around us.
Mm-hmm.
We can feel it. It's not alone.
And we'll yep. Mm-hmm. That's what I say to the swords. Mm-hmm.
So Z teach. Z teach is going to cast deflection. And could you mark his points for me?
I can.
And roll that for me too, by the way.
So it's if he gets the raise, then it's a -4 instead.
Okay.
So 3.
And if he doesn't get the raise?
It's -2.
Okay.
And he got the raise.
He got the raise. Go Z teach. Okay.
And
how long does it last?
5 rounds.
Okay.
So I'll just put a little 5 in the chat and I'll keep counting it down. Since we don't have tokens to do it on.
All right. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I thought trying a giant city was going to be a little bit much. So that's what Z teach does. All right.
Yep.
I'm going to recall all the cards. I'm going to deal all the cards. And a 3 or a 6.
I'll take the 6. Thanks.
All right. If you guys can see the cards, go ahead and delete them for me, because I don't know why I can't.
Cards? No.
Okay. Z teach or Daniel could for some reason. No idea. I used to be able to drop them on the map and then delete them. You know, your second card.
Yeah. Well, normally I see the second card, but I don't see it right now.
No, the way I take it off the deck is to drag it and drop it on the map.
I see.
And before I would delete it off the map. And Daniel asked me last time, he says, why do you have all these cards here?
Mm-hmm.
And it's because I can't see them anymore.
No, I don't see him either.
All right. Okay. Mr. Z Teach. What would Z Teach do?
Z Teach would probably hold his action to see what's going to happen.
Fair enough. Are you guys continuing to walk forward?
Yeah, I think that's the
Yeah.
general plan.
Okay. As you guys walk past a gap in a couple of buildings, three of these things rush out at you. And by the way, again, just for size comparison, I'm not calling anybody names, but that's how big Orist is compared to this thing.
Right.
Or right?
It's about my height.
Well,
Give it
Someday.
another two. Give it another 2 sessions. But yeah. Nice.
so anyway, it comes out, and one rushes right at you. And what's your? Oh, never mind. It swipes at you, but you easily, a combination of moving, you have this Speta sees you move, and it's just like water moving, and thing doesn't even come close to you. What's Z Teach's parry?
Z Teach's parry is 4.
Oh wow.
I don't think does he use something else?
I was pretty certain I was going to miss, but he hits.
Hey, does ZT just rely on deflection? That's a really low parry.
Oh yeah. Does that count the -4?
Yeah, he hits with the -4.
Okay. And his toughness is 15.
And his hand lands right on his chest, and you can see he's going to dig in with the claws, and somehow they kind of rake across his claws about 2 inches above his body, like he ran into some hard air or something and couldn't get through it.
Good.
Huh. So random numbers, roll 20. I just now rolled 4 of the exact same number.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Okay. And one attacks you, and it starts to attack you, and it kind of, you can see it hesitates as it gets close to that lamp, and Z Teach.
Z Teach is going to.
Because I assuming he's done holding.
Yeah, he's going to attack the darkness.
With magic missile.
Yes, or bolt burst, whatever, same difference.
Burst or bolt?
Oh, I guess he does have both, doesn't he? 2d6. But so my question is, are either one of these MDC? I don't think they are. Right? He has to spend an extra PowerPoint or something to make
Yeah,
them.
I'm looking. So
Sorry.
Bolt costs 1.
Yeah.
So modifiers damage. Oh, so it cost him. It's +2.
To the MDC.
Yeah. That's not exactly what it says, but I don't feel like spending the whole night figuring it out, so that's what I'm going to say now.
Sounds good.
So it normally does, the damage of the bolt is 2d6 or 3d6 with a raise.
Right.
If he spends 2 more points, the bolt does 3d6 damage or 4d6 with a raise. I'm just going to say it's 3d6 or 4d6 with a raise if he spends the extra 2. And
Okay.
it's MDC.
Okay.
Now, where's Burst? Burst. Burst costs 2.
Yep. It's a cone template.
Yeah. So probably Bolt, because they're not in line to get a whole bunch of them.
Oh, that was going to be my next question. Yeah.
Yeah, the Burst is going to cost him 1 point more.
Yeah. So we'll do 2 points for a burst.
Okay.
On whatever the closest one is.
Well, probably the one that just attacked him.
All right. So attack. So
he gets the bonus, so it's 46. Do you want me to roll that, or you want to roll it?
I think. Why is that 5d6?
I don't know. You clicked on the bolt, and it maybe hit one of his edges.
I bet that's right.
And we're just going to assume that he knows what he's doing, and that's what happened.
Yeah. So 25 mega damage. So he grabs some powder out of his bag and he throws it at the thing closest to him, and it turns into a bright lightning bolt that streaks across the air and slams into him.
And it hits the creature, and you can kind of see it's almost, that effect in when where'd that brain cell go? When what's his name snapped his finger, Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes.
Right?
Thanos.
Where things when things just kind of, right? So it starts in the center where the light hits, and he just kind of turns into that ash and is no more.
Now I'm wondering if they're SDC creatures and he doesn't need to spend the extra power points.
Sveta.
There is another one, right?
There's 2 more.
Okay. There's 2 more. There were 3. One attacked each of you.
I will swing at the one closest to me.
You hit? What's your hammer look like? What's it doing? It's what? Silver, gold? What color is it?
Gold.
It's gold.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else I should know about it?
Where is the... I don't know where the picture of the Kuznaya is, but it looks like the one in the picture.
Okay.
Has runes all over it.
It deals 1d6 damage to supernatural.
Yeah, I'm reading
beings.
what it says there in the
Yeah.
description.
Yeah. I've subtracted the 1d8 that's usually there because I'm wielding it one-handed right now.
Okay. Um. So as you start to swing at this creature, your hammer starts. You know when a space capsule re-enters the Earth, how it has that glow from the bottom as the air's hitting it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I try and do that with my punches all the time in the air. It never works.
That your hammer seems to have that glow, just exactly like it, as if it's you've not seen that before. And it has that glow as if it's re-entering the atmosphere, and it hits that creature, and it's like there's a brief flash of the sun, and you see the creature just kind of turn and dash and is gone.
Nice. Finally, the sun blessing pays off. I was a little upset when it was doing nothing to the vampire.
So, Orist is in a defensive stance, and then a thought crosses his mind, and he actually sheathes the wakizashi and pulls out Sveta's crafted wolfsbane katana that's made of silver. And he will attack with his normal katana and the wolfsbane katana, but both times when he does so, he's going to attempt to strike in a way that the light will bounce from the lantern off as he's cutting.
Nice. Okay.
Since I don't have any cool light-based effects for my stuff, we'll give it a go though. So first the normal katana, and
Hits.
then the wolfsbane wakizashi. So
It hits.
this is 21 damage, armor piercing 10. If it does anything, because it doesn't have a cool light show on it.
And then the wolfsbane.
The wolfsbane 7.
Okay. So,
Which is SDC.
somehow your wolfsbane hits first,
Oh.
and slides along the creature, and you can tell doesn't seem to have hit it. And as you're swinging your
Katana.
as you're swinging Arashi, and did I say that right?
Yes.
As you're swinging Arashi, as it gets close, it's a rune weapon,
Right.
and which means it has runes on it.
Right.
You hear the sword say, "We are light,"
Oh,
and those runes light up,
great.
and it tears into the creature, and you see the same thing.
Well, keep doing that and we'll be fine, I say to the sword. And then I'll sheathe the wolfsbane.
Your wakizashi. What's your wakizashi's name?
It is uh-oh. I think we lost that in the remake. I'll have to go back and look. Because only the katana's got a name now.
Huh. I might have just not noticed or something.
Right. Yeah. No, it's not there. Ignore that
Okay.
roll. I was just seeing if it was in the description or something somehow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll help me look for that. Bob the Wakizashi. It says, "Why did you shame me?"
Because you didn't tell me you could do that.
How did he shame him?
Oh, because I chose something else over him when he's supposed to be my my stuff, but I wasn't sure which one would work, so.
Oh, okay.
And that's my turn. Oh, yeah. All three are dead at this point, so that's my turn. Other than moving forward, continuing to move forward.
I like the reflecting the lights of the lantern. That
I was trying to think of something. Something.
Look at your bennies.
Oh, thank you.
All right, yeah, that's ZT says, I think I'd like to be moving.
And move on we shall.
All right, so you guys are about at the halfway point. So I guess that would be an hour in.
Right.
And
probably every 30 minutes now I'm checking the map just to make sure.
okay. I mean, it's pretty easy to stay on the road.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we don't go past the thing where we're supposed to turn off or go up.
Right. Yeah, fair enough. So you have been seen. There's columns and you see various things. You've seen little bits of metal as you've walked down the road. None in the road, but down a little road a little bit, in an alley. And just past halfway, you see off to your right, about 1 block down another road, you see a building, and the base of the columns have this metal shine, and it looks like a golden metal that you don't quite recognize.
Ooh. Sveta quickly veers off course.
Hey, Sveta. A, you have the light. B, do you remember what Callistratus said?
What was that?
Stay on the road.
But one of the most precious metals on Earth.
On the way back.
Okay. We better stop by on the way back.
I have every intention of doing so.
She does keep her eyes peeled the rest of the way, though, to see if there happens to be some metal on the path.
So, you guys go on in about another 10 minutes, and your swords they actually, it's not fear. Maybe a better word is worry, right? Because they're not afraid,
Right.
but caution or worry or what they say, it's a larger darkness.
We might have a larger version of what attacked us earlier coming for us. I say it about that level to the others. And I'll pop both the swords.
I will taste your Wakizashi. I will taste the shadow this time.
Yes, you will. And
So
we'll slowly advance forward, yeah, but ready.
so you guys ahead of you, you can see where a building has fallen,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fallen from the right, and so 3/4 of the road is filled up with rubble that's 20-30 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a 10-foot area to the left that you can squeeze down to get past this fallen building.
But it's open and clear?
On the left?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, yes, we can do that.
Okay. So you start making your way that way, and from your left, out of a doorway, you guys get attacked.
Well, he looks cuddly.
Mhm.
He just needs a hug.
Just needs a hug. And let me see, one of those for everybody to this. One more. I guess you want the 8.
I do.
And let me put it in order. And it's an order. Wow, everybody rolled. That's awesome. It's a straight.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Well, if you can have a straight with 4 cards. So, me. And he attacks Oris, which I'm assuming is the person in front.
Correct.
And what's your parry?
That's a great question. I'm very glad you asked. And the answer is 8.
Okay. And no -2. It's been too long.
Yeah, no minus anything right now.
Give him 2 power points because of the rate he's earning them back.
Oh, okay.
And your movement and your dodging is just like I said before, like water, like you're moving like air, and or another way you might want to describe it yourself. And you've never fought something this fast. It hits you. You were brilliant. You were amazing, and this thing still hit you.
Right.
And 15 on the armor.
Oh, that's enough. Shaken.
No, what's your armor?
12.
Oh, okay. And yeah, you're shaken. I rolled a 14.
Perfect.
Somehow, is it Z-Teach has a 15 armor?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
And
And so his claw digs in, and then these tentacles you see over his shoulders lash out, and you see one kind of wave of them jet out towards Sveta, and the other one jets out towards Z-Teach. Z-Teach is shaken.
Oh, okay.
And what's your parry, Sveta?
9,
And what's your armor?
15.
You're shaken.
Wow.
This thing is just, you've never, like I said, you've never seen anything fast, that fast. Mr. Shinkansen, let's make a vigor roll.
Yes.
That's a
is that-
success.
Okay, good. So, Oh. Did I do that? Oh, sorry. I did that wrong. I see. There's an unshake thing that
Oh
It
yeah.
rolls
Well, what's your vigor?
spirit for some reason.
my vigor is a D6. That's weird. Oh yeah, no, that's it. That's correct. I guess.
Is it spirit?
I thought
It's
it was
spirit.
fire.
Oh, is it spirit, not vigor?
I think so.
What
Have
the
I
heck's
been-
vigor used for? Then?
I thought it was. I thought it was vigor.
I,
I think it's spirit, off the top of my head. But I know you're looking, so I'm glad.
yeah. If it's spirit, I'm in trouble because I was like, who needs spirit? And I just.
Oh, I don't know how I got it in my head. It's a vigor. No, it's spirit.
What's vigor used for then?
I think it's. No, I have no idea. Do I have any stats based on vigor? Nope.
$10 and $29.
And the only thing that I know of that uses vigor then is healing. Like natural healing. But that seems ridiculous.
Hmm.
Okay, well,
Now we know.
yeah, I don't know why.
So then,
Um,
should I spend a Benny on that?
Yes, you should. Well, unless you want to stand there.
Yeah,
shaking.
no. I'll spend a Benny to automatically pass my vigor
Yeah.
check. Did that actually go out? No, it didn't.
You mean your spirit check?
That's what I meant. That's exactly what I meant. I think you're gonna have to steal a Benny from me.
Yes,
I
sir.
gotta see what vigor is for.
Vigor's great
okay.
with salted potato chips. Let it go. Oh,
right.
it just took 2 from me for some reason. I had 5.
Okay,
I
I'll
don't
give
I
you.
don't, sorry, I don't know what happened there.
It's. I got you. I know what you had. There you go.
Okay.
All right. Z
So-
teach.
Oh no, it's my turn now.
Oh yeah, it's your turn. Now. That's right. I don't know. We rolled dice. You have to be done by now.
No, both the katana and the wakizashi, Bob and Arashi, are both screaming at this point. They want to taste the blood of this thing. Is 8 high enough to hit it?
No, but
Okay,
the 9 does.
So I'll spend a Benny to re-roll that one. Maybe.
Were they both the wakizashi?
No, first one was the katana.
Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
You'll have to steal it from me. I can't. Let it go. Okay. And re-roll katana. And it's worse. Of course it is. So that's fine. Just the wakizashi hits.
He was due.
So 15 with armor piercing 8.
You hit it. It goes through, and you see the runes light up on your wakizashi, and it goes through, and you see a section of his body kind of flake,
Mhm.
but after the wakizashi passes through, he's still standing there,
Right.
and he is, however, shaken.
Good.
Mr. Z-Teach needs to make a spirit roll.
Yes, he does.
Did you attack twice?
Yeah,
It's 1 with each sword?
correct.
Okay, not 4.
No,
Not twice with each sword.
no, I wish, but no.
I don't know how I had that in my head. Okay.
Oh, I can do that if you want me to. Really?
No. So he passes.
Yes. So he passes.
Yay!
So he's no
Okay.
longer shaken, and I remove that. And then he is going to cast Deflect.
Mm-hmm. That would be the first thing he'd do.
Yep. And that is not a raise. He's going to re-roll that. Spend a Benny to re-roll that. You'll have to steal it from him. Oh, shoot. I don't know if you can. There's nobody here to click the button.
You know, when I open it up, he's only got 3.
Yeah, that's what I see too.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't steal it. We'll just have to remember
Yeah.
that he's got 3.
Yep. So we'll try that again. Oh, come on. Yeah, he's going to try one more time. So he's got 2.
2.
Yeah. Yep, so we'll take the -2. Everybody's got -2 for 5 turns.
Yeah.
And I think he can only do one of those, right?
Yeah, you can't stack them.
Okay. Can you tell me what Banish does for next turn?
Yeah. 154. 3 power points. The trappings are holy items, arcane symbols, a handful of salt. Banish sends entities from immaterial planes back to their native dimensions. This includes ghosts, demons, elementals, and similar beings at my discretion. It actually says GM's discretion, but, you know.
Yeah.
Banishing a being is an opposed roll of the caster's arcane skill versus the target's spirit. Success means the target is shaken, and each raise causes a wound. If this incapacitates the target, it returns to its native plane of existence. Banished entities may return when I feel it's appropriate, such as the next full moon when summoned again, or even a few rounds later if it's a particularly powerful creature under the right conditions or in a location of power.
Fantastic. That answers that. Thank you.
Sveta.
I will try and swing. Am I close enough at it to swing?
Well, a couple things. One, I said it was a 10-foot area.
Yeah.
This thing is taking up that entire 10 foot. If you remember how big the other one was, this one's bigger.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys hit the other one about mid-thigh. So...
Oh, thigh was not where I was aiming.
So, on this one, you guys are barely up to its knee.
Yeah, hit that place right on the back side of the knee. He'll go down in a heap.
I mean, I could.
He'll be like, "Oh, guys, cut it out.
That's so fair.
That really hurt. Really hurt."
Does that hit, John?
Yes.
And is this a supernatural creature? Should I put that into the stats, or?
Just roll whatever you did last time.
Okay. Whoop, that's not what I wanted to do. I meant to hit this.
And what's the armor? Is there armor piercing?
2.
2.
Okay.
And I can do 2 swings.
Okay. Well, you hit it,
Yeah.
and you know, you're taller, but you hit it in the thigh, and you see a chunk of shadow kind of fly off when you hit it, and it makes it screams. There's this piercing kind of scary better than I did imagine somebody who actually has sound design skills. Scary kind of shadow scream as you hit it. Same when you did, Oris.
Guys, that really hurts. Stop.
Yeah, there's the sound design. It sounds just like that. So yeah, you do your second attack.
Should I just count the one that I just accidentally rolled anyways?
No.
Doesn't matter. Got it anyways.
Yeah, there you
Apparently you should. Yeah.
go. Yeah.
I'm rolling an 11.
Hey, what's
regardless
up,
of what you
Ariel?
say.
Thanks for joining.
Wow.
You hit him, but somehow even though your hammer, you hit, but it's just like hitting a, I don't know, something solid that her hammer wouldn't penetrate. Just some solid object, and you just kind of slide off.
All right.
Hi, Ariel.
So let me
Hola.
do cards to everybody.
Me español es muy malo. Muy malo. Mi amigo es de Portuguese.
You want the jack or the 10?
I will take the jack.
Oh, and I just
I
realized
think Marvel wants the jack too.
I just realized I messed something up because I was shaken at the beginning of that fight.
Oh yeah.
But it's fine. If you will just let me spend a Benny, I'll just use the Benny to get rid of the shake.
Yeah, do that. Well, make your roll. Make your roll.
Okay. Spirit.
Yeah, you
Hey.
All right.
There's a button.
There is a button. I was just going to say.
Yeah, use the button.
Oh,
It's on the character sheet right under your health.
I'm clicking the button and it's not doing really.
It's the triangle with the exclamation mark.
It
Yeah,
is
I'm
not.
clicking-
It is not. It is not. It is the unshaken button underneath it.
Oh.
When you click that, it'll make the spirit roll for you.
There it is, yeah.
Yep, you succeeded there too.
Yep, there you go.
Well, there it is.
Thank goodness for wild dice. All right. So this thing, well, let me make a spirit roll.
Fails.
And
No.
it's successful.
No spirit. That's a bad spirit.
And it's swinging at you again, Orist.
Of course it is.
And
In case you guys were wondering, though, I was reading up on Vigor, and that's for soaking damage, healing from damage afterwards, and if you become incapacitated, you have to do like a Vigor roll to determine whether you're like permanently injured or something.
Got it.
what's your parry, Orist?
9, I believe.
Um,
8. 8.
8. Okay.
But I do have a -2.
Arashi says, move to the left.
I move to the left.
You move to the left, and the arm swings through, and he misses you.
Now move to the right and slide.
And this tentacle shoots out right at Z-Teach
Who also has
And,
a -2.
and hits him.
15.
And
toughness.
did Z-Teach make his spirit roll?
Yes. That's when we were all like, oh, there's a spirit thing.
Okay. Oh, you failed and you spin a Benny. I got it. Okay. He's shaken again. What's his armor?
15.
Okay, yeah, he's shaken.
So I do have a question before I
Sir.
take that shaken. I saw that you can spend a Benny to soak 5 damage.
I thought it was soak any amount of damage.
No, it's a fixed amount. I'm pretty sure it was 5. But my
Yes, it's
question
5.
is, if I do that, does that make him not shaken? I don't understand what soak does exactly.
Soak, no, because
Okay.
he, um, um, so there's a difference between shaken and a wound,
Okay, so
right? So
that would be against wound. Like if he did enough to do a wound, and it was less than 5, the difference he could soak 5 to make it so that it's just shaken and not shaken and a wound.
if you soak, you're not shaken. If you take a wound and successfully don't, if you take a wound and use the soak
Mm-hmm.
roll and you're successful with the soak roll,
It
you're
removes
not
your shaken.
shaken and
Okay.
you don't have a wound.
Yeah.
So what does spending a penny to soak 5 wound do?
It
5.
takes the wound and the shaken away.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, so yeah, he's shaken. Got it. Thank you for clarifying. I think I understand that.
No worries. Sveta.
Uh,
Also has a -2, just FYI.
I rolled a 1 and a 3.
what has a
So
-2?
Deflection from Z Teach.
Oh.
so he swings at you and you move you just kind of instinctively dodge and move the lantern, and his hand just passes, just avoids you, or the tentacle, that it's the tentacle off his back, the ones on his shoulders there, just kind of,
Okay.
you know, don't hit you.
No.
Um, terrible description, John. Anyway, so Mr. Shinkansen.
Yes. So Arashi and Bob cry out that they want blood again, and I gotta find the right place. There and there.
The 9 hits.
Yeah, of course it does. How many do I have left?
Arash is getting
2.
so loved today. He
I
ain't
know.
getting any combat.
I thought you had 2.
Oh no, I
Or
got
is it
3. I got 3 left. Z Teach has
okay?
2 left. Thank you. Let it go. Come on, Arashi. There we go.
Yep, they both hit.
Okay. So the first one is the katana with armor piercing 10 for a total
Okay.
23. And the
Okay.
second one is. Oh, ignore that. I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry. That's the katana again. Wakasashi, there it is. Roll damage. It's the same. 9 with armor piercing 8, so 17 total.
Okay, so Arashi passes through him, and you can see him kind of take a step back, and he's stunned. Um, and the Wakazashi hits, but again, you feel like a hard surface,
Mm.
and you don't seem to have penetrated.
Do better, Bob.
Sveta.
Swing, and that's a really crappy one. No, I'm gonna Benny. Why can't I drag? There we go. That's better.
Oh, yeah, that's going to hit. And a d6 extra damage.
Huh? 2.
Did I look at the... I looked at the wrong thing. You rolled to hit and then damage altogether. Is that what you did? So when I looked up and saw the 20, that was actually you rolled your damage already.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
The 11 was to hit.
I see. Okay. So that's not a raise. You don't get the +2.
Okay.
And you hit with the hammer, it feels like the hard surface again. Z Teach.
Z Teach is going to spend 2 power points to bolt him, and he reaches into his pouch again, pulls out the dust, and kind of pulls back this time, and almost like he's throwing a lightning bolt, and the dust races out and turns into a lightning bolt aimed at its groin. Not really, but it's close enough. He has one. He has one Benny left now. There we go. That's
So he gets a raise.
right. So roll damage. 14.
And there's no armor piercing on that.
I guess not.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. And yeah, that's the 5d6, so that is with the raise. Yeah, it you see the lightning kind of hit him and just kind of hits him and then runs down his legs and into the ground.
And Z Teach goes, I'm back to being useless again. Perfect.
He would say that.
And then he's gonna I'm gonna move him behind me and Sveta, because he wouldn't be closer to that. Maybe so that the tentacle can't get to him as easy. Maybe, who knows?
You want the 4 or the 4?
I'll take the 4 with the better suit.
That is a better suit.
There we go.
Sveta.
Sveta likes 11s today.
Yeah, I'm telling
Yeah.
you. Yeah,
It's a random number generator. It's random.
Roll 20. No, so random.
Is that
Six.
bonus damage or that's a wild card die?
It's neither. It's bonus damage, but I don't think we ever used that.
Yeah, we never really use bonus damage, even though I don't know, we probably should. I think.
Oh, that's
yeah,
a d6.
Yeah,
Huh.
but
Does it add that? Does it roll the bonus damage every single time?
yeah.
Oh.
I think we just
Well, it rolled a
ignore
d6.
Yeah,
we
but,
usually.
yeah.
If this is a creature of magic or supernatural, I mean, you could count that as the extra damage a weapon's supposed to be dealing. I haven't been doing that math lately.
Well, what have you been? Explain to me. You did some things with your character I don't think we talked about. You kind of surprised me with it.
I
What's
can
the?
get rid of it if you want.
No. What is the? What's the thing it does with mystical doodad stuff?
Just because of the
A
solar
D6
blessing thing, it's one extra D6 to supernatural beings and creatures of magic.
I see, and you took that out of the Palladium Rifts rules.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and roll. Well, yeah, we'll use this bonus damage. You got a raise when you hit, so go ahead and roll another d6.
Oh, you didn't make it explode, so roll another d6
Yeah.
Oh.
with an exclamation point.
I don't remember how do you what's the typing keyword for that?
You click on the die over here on the left and click on the
you gotta
exclamation
toggle
point.
the little. Okay, I didn't know.
I mean,
how to
it's-
toggle that. There we go.
All right. So that's 10, 21, 31, 37.
Yep.
Now he's already shaken from last round. At least I think he was. Yeah, you hit him.
I
Yeah,
hit
you
him.
should.
Yeah, I shook
Yeah,
him.
you did. You made
All
him
night
shaken.
long. All night long.
And so, so you hit him with the hammer, and the hammer just kind of is that glow I was talking about, how the front of it just glows, it was even brighter this time. And it hits, and you see the entire creature, when that hammer hits, almost kind of go incorporeal for a moment after you hit it. And actually even kind of lose a little bit of its shape. And it you can see it struggles, and it focuses, and makes a spirit roll.
And fails.
And passes.
Oh, damn it.
And just really focuses, and you see that it comes back, and it's even blacker and darker than it was before. And it just and just swings at Shinkansen with a -2. And we're at like turn 3, I think.
Correct.
Your parry is a 9, you 8.
8.
Okay, I rolled a 10, so he hits you.
Yep.
And
15,
21.
Oh, 21 definitely will. So if I spend my last penny to soak.
Well, you're shaken at this point, right?
Right, that would shake me.
You're
so
right.
I don't need to do it. I got
right.
It. Got it. Okay.
And so a tentacle shoots out at a wave of tentacles shoots out at Sveta. And I don't remember from round to round, but he hit with an 11. I think that's over your parry.
Yes.
And your
and
a 19 damage.
So that's over my toughness.
So you're shaken. And then
Zitich.
Yeah. So he's behind, and I listened to what you said, so I'm going to make it -3, and he still hits with a -3.
Okay.
Holy.
Is Z-Teach dead?
Hey, Daniel, we've got something to tell you.
Wow.
Good thing we healed that one wound from before.
Yeah, no doubt, right?
So
if he spends his last penny to soak,
he was not shaken.
He was not.
Okay. And what's his armor?
His armor is 15.
Okay. So I rolled a 39.
Wow.
So passing the 15 is going to make him shaken. Raising the 15 is going to add a wound.
Right. And so if he spends his last penny to soak...
Now, do you have to...
what die is he rolling?
Oh, it doesn't matter. He just exploded a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a bunch of explodings. That's the highest I've ever rolled with a bad guy.
Wow.
There we go. After rolling damage, but before applying wounds, a character may spend a Benny to make a soak roll. This is a vigor check, with each success and raise reducing the number of wounds suffered from that attack by 1. If the character soaks all of the wounds from an attack, he removes his shaken condition too.
Okay.
Even from a previous source. Don't count the wound modifiers he's about to suffer when making this roll. That hasn't happened yet.
Right.
Characters can't soak more than once per attack, but may spend bennies as usual to re-roll the vigor check if they aren't satisfied with the result.
Okay, so he'll spend that last Benny to try and soak. And survey says he got a success, but no raises. So I don't know how that. So
it only removes 1 wound, but he only has 1 wound.
1 wound, so he's just shaken.
Right, and so what happens? And you saw in the fight, especially since you moved left, you were actually perpendicular to the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Oris. You saw the tentacle hit and start to crush him, and you saw blood and wound, and then you saw his amulet thing, this glow surround his body, and boy, just you're not sure you can describe what you just saw.
Kind of rewound time a little bit to
It
almost look
did
like.
rewind time a little bit. It actually, and you're not sure you saw that because you saw him wounded, and then you actually saw him not wounded, and the tentacles reflect off the shield that amulet puts around him. You saw both those things. And you're a little busy fighting right now, so you're probably not dwelling on it. But later, you might be really surprised because you have both memories.
Right.
That's cool.
Um,
So
It only took us this long to learn the mechanics of Benny's. Huzzah!
by the way, you can
So-
spend a Benny to instantly not be shaken.
Right.
So that soaked all the damage from that attack. Why is he still
It didn't.
shaking?
No, it didn't
He's
soak all the
not.
damage.
It only did one wound.
Right, but I didn't get the raise, so I don't get to remove the shaken.
No. Wait, is that what it says?
Yeah, I thought that's what it said.
I think it says if you absorb the wound, you
Yeah.
get shaken off.
Oh,
Yeah, I think he's not
Yeah.
shaken.
If the character soaks all of the wounds from an attack, he removes his shaken condition too.
oh wow! All right, cool.
Yeah, so it
That's
was one.
super cool.
All of the wounds, he removes the shit. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. It was only. That's why I kept saying it was just one wound.
Yeah. Cool.
And he's out of Benny's.
He is out of Benny's.
Okay.
I'll see if I can move him again, but I don't think I can. No, it says steal cards because it's not mine.
Well, here I'm going to do this real quick. It'll just take me a second, but I need to write first. You have 2 Shinkansen,
Yes.
and Sveta has 3.
Yeah.
And it's not
All right.
totally not fair, but Progadan has 7.
Yeah, and I always forget to use them.
Oh, your card. Now I see the cards. So I can delete them now.
There we go. All right.
I don't know what you did, John, but all the cards just appeared for me. I just deleted them all.
That I dropped another one.
Ah,
So 2. Shinkansen,
yep.
and deal 3 to Sveta. There you go.
Awesome.
I can't take them off one at a time, but I can take them away from everybody. All right. And then I just handed them out one by one.
Yep.
Okay. Where are we? We're at Z-Teach.
Yep. Z-Teach is going to once again spend 2 power points with a very frustrated look on his face. Oh, you know what? That did not work. He's going to spend 3 power points instead. And he is going to, it may not work, but he grabs salt out of his pouch and he draws a small circle on the ground in front of him. And then he takes another handful of salt and throws it at the monster. And he starts shouting in a language that neither of us understand and waves his hands in a motion and attempts to banish the monster. So that's at least that's at 1 raise.
If it
Roll
works. Now, so you're rolling right. So you roll his arcane skill.
His arcane skill.
Because this is a opposed roll.
What is his arcane skill?
Um, Surely he has arcane skill. He doesn't have it on his thing. That's funny. He has a spell basically he can't use because he doesn't have arcane skill. Does that actually?
Wouldn't the arcane skill be whatever his magic skill is?
Spellcasting? Is it
Probably.
spellcasting?
I don't know. I'm looking up to
Okay.
make sure.
No problem.
It also could be a misprint. It could be occult on one part of the rules and arcane on another part.
Yeah.
So arcane skill 147. Each type of power has a particular arcane skill listed in the description. Take this skill and buy it just like any other on the skill list. The attribute to which the skill is linked is listed in... Oh, okay, I see, okay. So he's going to have spellcasting, smarts.
Okay, no, it's spellcasting. So spellcasting.
Why don't I see spellcasting?
He got a raise.
Where did you...
It's in the skill list.
Yeah.
It's third from the bottom. Spellcasting.
I see weird science, thievery, stealth, shooting, science, repair, persuasion, occult.
You're looking in his edges, right?
No skills.
On
Occult,
ZT?
persuasion, shooting,
spellcasting, stealth, thievery.
It is so weird. I'm looking at a different spell sheet or character sheet than you guys are. I can't see spells and I don't see spellcasting.
Yeah, and it's Z Teach Romani at the top.
Oh, no. I was clicking on... I still have... Remember when you had the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when you had the...
Yeah.
I was clicking on the wrong guy. Yeah, there it is. I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
And
so he
I actually see all the spells now too.
Okay. Yeah.
I just had to open the right... I had the wrong thing open. Okay.
No problem. Yeah, so he got a raise on his spellcasting. So if that's enough to...
Now,
if it works
so it's
at
an
all.
opposed roll.
Right, versus
Right?
his spirit.
Right. So there's no raises. It's just whoever rolls higher.
Okay.
So let me go back there and see exactly what happens. Where am I? I should be 154-ish. There we go. Okay. Success means the target is shaken and each raise causes a wound.
Yeah, that's why I was talking about the raises.
So
he's got one raise.
Right.
And so if that's enough to kill...
So I made my vigor roll, or my spirit roll.
Oh, okay.
And that's how he was able to attack you. The fact that he attacked last, means he wasn't shaken. So he wasn't previously shaken. This will shake him.
I see.
And that's not a raise. I rolled a 7 and you got an 8.
Right.
So you beat me by 1. So that's not a raise, but he's shaken.
Okay. And then that's his turn.
Yes. Orist.
Orist needs to make an unshake roll. So I'll spend a Benny.
Do I need to steal it?
I'm not sure yet. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can drag it out this time. Yes, you will need to steal it. Oh, nope, it went.
Where did it go?
I don't know, but it went out of my thing.
I don't see it.
Because I was at 2 and now I'm at 1.
Okay. Fair enough. Good.
And I will then move back in front of Z-Teach, since I had stepped to the side before, and swing the katana down and to the right, the wakizashi jab straight ahead. Seriously. And 14 with armor piercing 8, 22.
Because the wakizashi. I was like, you always say it's 10. It's the wakizashi.
It's a wakizashi, yeah.
So it's 22?
22.
Okay. So we really need to figure out what the name of your wakizashi is.
Bob.
The runes flare up, and he says, I have had enough of shadow. And you just Sveta, you see Orist kind of do this what's that ballet dance jump? Is it a plie?
Yeah.
Where they jump up, and he actually is spinning as he's traveling up. And he spins back around and slices right through this thing's waist. And there's just this bright comet trail as his wakizashi goes through the waist. And the thing just kind of does a Darth Maul and falls apart and then turns into flakes. And it's gone. And I'll let you decide, Orist. Is there a hero landing?
Well, no, just it'll just be that I continue to land and spin and then sweep the leg around to finish the full momentum. And then as I stop, both blades go back into their sheath.
Sveta is very impressed.
And then I looked down at the wakizashi and said, "See, you did better." That's in my head, not out loud.
Yeah. I assume all that communication is,
always.
Unless you say otherwise, is by default.
I don't want people to think I'm insane. More than they already do.
Z-Teach kind of stumbles a little bit and says, I'm tired.
Yes. But I don't think this is the place to rest. Let's get to where we need to go up into the pyramid. I imagine there will be another heavy door like the one we just came through. And once we get through that, perhaps that may be a spot to rest.
Z-Teach actually leans on Sveta's arm.
I offer
I'll help hold him up.
I offer to take the lantern from Sveta.
Oh yeah.
So she can carry him.
Yeah.
Like a baby.
You can see, not fall asleep, but you can see Z-Teach kind of goes into a meditative state.
Chris is about to enter a meditative state too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's 1 o'clock. So what happens is, an hour later, you guys, there's this, you could see the city kind of goes on ahead of you from where the map has, but there's this metal column kind of comes out of the ceiling, and it's about 100 yards in diameter.
Wow.
And facing the road, and you can see it doesn't look like it belongs here.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like, it's obviously not Atlantean architecture, old or new. And you could see there's like a submarine door with the little spinny thing on it. And you see that door.
Are you able to?
And the light is showing is showing you need to go through that door.
Right. So, Sveta, can
Grab
you
it.
open it? Yeah.
Skirt.
Yeah,
Thunk, clang, slide open heavy door.
it does. And by the way, it looks like, if you remember how big, it looks like Orloff could walk through this door.
Oh, okay. So it's that size kind of door.
Yeah, it's big, giant cyborg kind of door.
And it does it have another submarine handle on the other side of the door?
It does.
Good. So let's get Z Teach in, set him down, put his thumb in his mouth so he can regenerate, and then let's just close the door and rest for a while.
And when you get in, you see that there are stairs leading up,
Yes.
going around the column.
Cool.
And let's rest where it's safe here at the bottom. And that's what. Unless you can think of anything else, Sveta.
No. I think it's a good idea. Rest and next time on Freedom of the Borderlands, you can start from here.
Yep. It'll be entitled The Ascent. Well, then that's going to do it for us, everybody. Thanks for joining us. As always, if you'd like to support us on YouNow, make sure you hit that like button and follow. On Bigo Live, make sure you double tap the screen to send a like. Follow us on there. And if you've got some beans, that's always appreciated. On Twitch, you can hit the follow button, or if you're able to, hit the subscribe button. You'll become one of our rock stars. On YouTube, hit the like, subscribe, and the bell icon so you're notified whenever we upload new content, which is almost every single day of the week, Monday through Friday. And last but not least, you can head to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Gamersledge, where you can get your name on every single show for as little as $1 a month. Like the fine folks that are about to start scrolling across our screen on the left side, our Patreon and Twitch producers. Thank you, John, for running. Thank you, Chris, for playing. And as always, if you want to check out any of our merch, you can go to bit.ly/Gamersledge merch, and it will show you all the new stuff that we've just added recently. Until next time, thanks for watching and game on.
Game on.